Hello everyone! Welcome to another APC2 stream. Let's freaking go. Hello everyone. Fluffy, David Marcos, Miguel Rubio, Themi, Alistair Grant. I hope your voice is better. It definitely is. I definitely feel better. Thankfully. Yeah, the spring here, I guess it's not... It's I don't know, affecting allergies and all that kind of nonsense, but I'm feeling better. And hopefully today we can cast a lot of games, because man, there's been so many banger matches. There's actually been, I can tell you how many. I just updated the spreadsheet. There's been 59 games so far. That is, no wait, actually I'm wrong. 61 actually. There's been so many games. It is wild, and some of them were, you know, very short games, perhaps like decided very early. There is some disparity in player skill in certain matchups, but in others it's pretty even, and there's been some wacky stuff. There's been some underdogs, you know, upsetting top seeds. Or, I mean, not top seeds, but like higher seeds. So yeah, there's been some unexpected results. So I'm very hype about that. People love the underdog stories. So yeah, hopefully today we can cover just a lot. I just want to go boom, 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 and cover a bunch of games. So yeah, today's going to be hype. So how are you guys doing? I know I've been a little bit... Well, yeah, I mean, because I was sick kind of last weekend, so it was hard to cast. I was literally dying by the third game, by the second one, but I was committed to cast the third one because it was the best of three. But yeah, hopefully that's not the case today. There were a lot of games. It's been honestly very fun to just follow the results and the games during the week. Like, I'll be checking on my phone or on the computer. I don't know if you guys are doing the same thing. If you look at the bracket and kind of check that out, or if you're hanging out in the Discord of Add-Ons Sports by Web, and people tend to share the links to the game. They're like, hey, I'm playing here. It's been a lot of fun. Honestly, following stuff live is always incredibly fun. So, hey, Daddy Maxac, Raider. At least 60 bangers, huh? I wouldn't say that all the games were bangers. Yeah, but there's been definitely there's been a good amount for sure. Starflash, I bet Starflash is getting bored that he is not playing in the qualifiers. Okay, so I say we just jump right in, and there's a lot of games. So let me see which one we should cast. So I think this set was pretty good. I'm gonna start with that. Okay. Oh, actually. Okay, now yeah. Don't want to give you guys spoilers of any kind. All right. Man, I forget what I have to do. Gotta do this. Hey Max, how's it going? You hope you don't insta-lose brackets? Yeah, I mean, gotta do some training. Loki really busy with in real life. Hey Conton. Okay. Oh, you saw the Drake versus Cole? Yeah, from Live Madness. Damn, that was like a month ago already. That tournament was so hype. So let me show you this match over here. Ooh. me 1 second, guys. Okay, I think we should be good. Boom. And wait. Should we do this thing? Win count. Man, I need to organize my OBS. What a disaster. Spoiler alert from last game. Okay. Oof. This was one of the earlier matches. I'll try to go kind of chronologically on the sets. And I'll be picking some of them. I'm not going to cast all of them. Again, 60 matches. Come on. And that's so far. There's more to come. There can be 80 something of the round 1, and then 40 something of round 2, and then 20 something of round 3, for a total of 150 possible games, which is ridiculous. So let's cover this match. Let me change. Should we do monkeys? I think monkeys and black hole is fine. Okay, we can roll with it. We can roll with it. Okay. By the way, let me know if the microphone or the music, there's some imbalance there. Again, I'm trying stuff. Hopefully it's okay. Okay, so we have here one of the like middle seed sets. We have on one hand Malleus in black hole with Lash in the bottom over here, and then we have Trap God with the monkeys with Rachel at the top. Trap God, for those that don't know, it's actually my little brother. So this was one of the earlier matches played of the whole round. So very exciting to see people sharing the games. Actually, Malleus here skipping the early airport capture to go quicker towards here. So the thing in this match, in this map, I mean, is that you got this contested base, but it's not like Pirate Caravan where the base is actually contested, right? Where you have like equal opportunities to get it. Here you have a freaking rockets locking that down, but the one that's locking it down is the weaker base because you got an airport over here, right? This is gonna be your stronger side. Once you start popping out copters, you can do copter tank or whatever you want. At the same time, the timing of infantry is different. So this base is 2 turns to interrupt with infantry and 3 to start capping. And over here, it's 3 turns to interrupt or capture. So that's why the rocket kind of locks it down. But eventually, the rocket will be dealt with. It can be dealt with copter, which is what we will most likely see in most games. But there are other ways. And I haven't seen these other ways used yet. And it would be hype to see it. So yeah, the skip over here, not sure what the plan was there for Malleus. Skipping the airport seems like a pretty big deal, especially because there's no chain that you're skipping towards to. It would make sense if you're going here, but this is another turn to get there. So I'm not sure what the plan was there. Because you don't even have to respond to the infantry movement from the opponent over here, right? Because they have to take 2 turns to be in range of the base. So if they do that, then you position an infantry to be in range to interrupt. CO pick wise, this is very interesting. Lash and Rachel, again, max is available here because the rocket doesn't reach to lock down that base. Okay, so we got Malleus over here. We'll see if he goes for the base. I've seen a lot of players going for this base as this player over here, and I really don't think that you should. It seems like a trap because it feels like, oh yeah, I have the rocket protecting me, but guys, like it's so close to this area, it really is not sustainable. I think there has been a couple of games where that actually did go through, where this player gets this base, but it doesn't look very pretty. Got an already build over here for Malleus. I believe it was a funding thing. Yeah. See, if he would have gotten the airport one turn earlier, he could have made a tank, I believe. But he had to make an arty, which is still good. An arty here is going to be very strong to lock this down. And Trap over here makes a tank on the weak side. There goes that arty. He's going to lock it down. So now Malleus no longer has to use infantry to interrupt this base. This arty's going to lock that down. And hey, one of the ways is this arty could sneak up onto this rocket's minimum range, right? If you put it over here, then you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can shoot at that rocket. That in a more later stage, but that can happen. Now, Trap cannot go for the base. He's going to start capping here. He's going to be protected by this tank, but Malleus can still hit here. And I believe put the arty... Yeah, I think you can shoot here and put the arty over here. And then you can kind of shoo away the tank, because there's nothing that can take out that infantry that interrupts. So I don't see why you wouldn't do that. And actually going for a double recon, that is... Wow. Okay. I watched this game when it happened, and I don't remember pretty much anything. But double recon is interesting. Okay, so trying to interrupt. I'm not sure if that's needed. That's kind of a weird build right there. I think a tank and infantry could be better, but hey, to each their own. There goes that interrupt, and there goes that arty lock. Yeah, beautiful. There's no way to stop that, so I think that was probably a mistake there by Trap. No, Trap is gonna get a turn of double com tower, so extra firepower right there. Gonna get the recon. Maybe the recon is to help deal with the arty. There goes an arty. Just one tank here from Trap, but at the same time, no tanks from Malleus. Only just now making one over here, and this tank is gonna front switch away. So it's gonna be threatening over here since this tank was built here. Now Malleus, he's gonna get the capture, but then he's gonna get shot at because he didn't make this tank over here, so it's not gonna be in time to protect. And it's getting dicey over here, I think, with the recon, the infantry, and the arty, and the tank front switch. This will definitely help Trap to get this base. As you see, there's no vehicles from Malleus, right? So we'll see. But again, this is Lash. You get the rocket. Unfortunately for Lash, it's on a bridge, so he doesn't get the extra firepower. But you do have a silo right here, so you could still hit from a silo as Lash, and that'll be a pretty big deal. It's kind of cool because I've seen a lot of people picking Max over here, even though the Max rocket doesn't reach. And he performs pretty well, honestly. Although I feel like most people that are playing against Max as non-Max aren't playing it exactly as you should. But we can get into that later. So we're going to get some free damage here. Bonk, right there. So getting a little bit of a retribution there. Got the free interrupt there, but now he's getting a free interrupt over on this side. And he's setting up in a way that it'll be very hard to get this base for Malleus. Again, not that this base should go for that, but setting up now for going into to get the base cap. Got the double monkey capture over here, and then we got 1, 2, possibly a third infantry to go for this base. So we'll see how much Malleus wants to invest into really delaying or stopping outright this base cap. On this side, kind of the same situation. Kind of backing away with this recon and infantry within the rocket's range, so everything is protected from this tank. And as Trap is not building a tank whatsoever, he's just relying on that rocket, which is not a bad decision. Malleus, I mean, you cannot go for that base yet. He's gonna need a copter. So it's looking better for Trap over here for the base cap. It's like he's activating that line, that scenario much quicker. He has the vehicles, he has the arty, he has the copter to deal with the rocket. And now comes the response anti-air, and he has a couple of infantry, a couple of monkey conga line here to, do the joint caps if needed. In the meantime, he's gonna be busting that pipe seam. Copter's gonna move out. I believe Copter doesn't reach rocket. Yeah, in 2 turns, it needs 3 turns. It'd be pretty funny to see someone make a missiles to like defend the rocket, but even then, even if there's a missiles, like you just send in the copter, right? You just send the copter, slap the rocket, leave it at like 1 HP, and then you lose your copter against the missile. But who cares? The missile costs 12k, and then that's all it's gonna do. So I definitely do not expect people to make a missile, and if they do, they're probably gonna lose. So interrupt over here, okay, with a tank, although you do have this tank. So Malleus is gonna possibly trade some vehicle damage here just to stop this capture. And this is I think that'll be the only capture that Trap could have gotten on this side, honestly, because now you have the already set up and everything. Now comes a copter, so he's gonna be looking to deal with his rocket. So I think Trap has to pull back. He can attack here, but maybe with a copter. I don't know if this copter reaches 246. I guess, I mean, the anti does reach. So I think this will be a positive trade actually for Malleus, stopping the capture, and then the tank engagements are not going to be that horrible. He's going to keep trying to bust that pipe seam. Recon moves into minimum range, pokes at an infantry, and actually breaks through there. Is he going to go for attack? Okay, so he's going to send a copter, I think. Yeah, there it goes. Dang, but I believe this is still better for Malleus, because he can take out this tank. Then the only retaliation is going to be a copter, for which he's going to have an anti-air that is undisputed. So Trap is going to go down a tank and a copter, while Malleus goes down a tank maybe, or 2 halves of tanks. Same thing over here. Malleus waiting a little bit until he can clear the rocket, so he's going to try to open the pipe seam. This should really activate this area. Like, this makes the copters move way further out, and this base as well. 2, 4, 6. You can be reaching. You can literally reach the base, or the adjacent tiles of the base with a tank. So pretty big deal. Goes a copter. Ooh, the anti actually didn't go over here. Wait. Why did he not move the anti over here? Wow. Wow, so big mistake there by Malleus. So that's going to allow Trapka to get a hit there and sort of go even. Yeah, there it goes. Boom, boom. So a bit more than a full tank of damage there. I do still think that it's better for Malleus because he stopped this capture. So that's 1k every single turn that's going to go by in additional value that's going to be up, essentially. And very greedy, the monkeys here, trying to go for this capture. Yes, it is protected by this rocket, but you can go and hit it with a copter. You can hit it with a infantry. You can lock it down with the arty on the city. So again, another case of, I feel like, getting too greedy from the weaker base, the overconfidence from the rocket of trying to go for a lot in this area. And this might come back to bite Trap back in the butt. Pipe seam is gonna be busted right there. Gonna finish that cap right there. Gonna deal with that recon that was being a pest. And a bit of a build up on both ends, this area and this area. They're both really trying to take out, especially here. This copter really wants to take out this rocket. So Trap has to do a good job of. No, I mean, Malleus has to do a good job of blocking here. Or he's having a full HP infantry, or else this guy is going to sacrifice itself to just hit this guy, even if it dies to an anti-air, just so he can go out and really threaten the base capture. A little bit of an infantry trade there. Doesn't get the kill there. That was a good attempt, though. Sacrificing the recon there for a 9 and then attempting with a tank hit, and it doesn't get it. I wonder if that was a roll. Oh, dang. It really was. It really was a roll. Wow. So didn't get that. That would have been very unfortunate for Malleus. That would have determined the fate of the match. Well, not the fate, but it would have given Trap a lot of advantage right there, but didn't get it. And he's going to double down on this flip attempt, which is literally 1 turn away from this base and airport. Like, even infantry can interrupt it. Man, the greediness from some people. So yeah, that was unfortunate. That didn't go through, so that's going to be a dead tank. Oof, man. Sometimes going for rolls is it's tricky. Gonna stop the cap there as well. I'm gonna lock that down. Gonna get the copter hit though. It is in range of both copter and anti-air. A bit of a tricky situation here, but even if the anti-air goes in, you can probably take it out, and then you have the copters coming out. I would not send the anti-air. I think you just what do? Do you send the copter and kind of trade copters? You could. I think I don't know. Especially in live, it gets really tricky as timers are going down. You got 4 minutes and a half and 2 minutes and a half here. And powers are also going up. Trap is very close to that covering fire. So we're going to get both hits on those 2 tanks right there. Gonna get the interrupt. And he's going to go for the copter hit there. If he could actually get the super right here, I think it would be GG. I think it could land over here. You got all the value from the rocket. Yeah, for sure. Like the HP and value would definitely hit over here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units of HP versus 1, 2, 3. Yeah, for sure, and value. He just has to sacrifice. He could go for like tank and tank hit over here and sacrifice a copter, and I think he would get it with the tank and the copter sacrifice. He would get the missiles, and I believe they would land here. Let's see if he goes for that. He's gonna go for an anti hit there for a little bit of charge maybe, but he is he gonna go for it? He doesn't go for it. He moves the tank, so he's not gonna go for it. He's gonna hold the power. Dang, we're gonna have to look back to see if the missiles would have landed there, but I do believe that would have been the case. And I'm sure Malleus saw that and he was like, oh no, how could I allow that to happen? But fortunately, Trap didn't go for that. He's gonna get a little poke there, and there goes a little copter trade. A little bit low on the infantry counts here from Malleus for like base cap, but same thing you could say for Trap. So he's gonna run out of infantry to interrupt the base cap. He's gonna rely on this rocket, but then that rocket is going to die next turn with this copter. So it looks like the clock is ticking over here. This base will be captured by Malleus very soon as he kind of plunges in, but gotta remember the missiles are about to come. And he did bunch up a whole lot of units over here. He did make a medium tank, and the reason for that was to attract the value missile. But with such a low timer, having to base keep as well for that, we'll see if he did a good job. And he distracted one of the missiles over here, but 2 of them landed over here. That was oof. The arty dropping down to 4, the tank to 4. I think that's probably most of it. Like these 2 infantry, the arty and the tank, all of them getting neutralized is a pretty big deal. This capture is essentially stopped, and now Trap can very easily just pick off everything. The lack of tanks means this recon can go and hit at stuff. Even also the anti-airs as well. So it's going to be a bit easier for Trap now to deal with these copters. You know, also there was nothing built, so even worse over here on the left for Malleus. And it really sucks for Lash with her prime tactics, because she does like to have them at full HP, so you can really use that extra defense from terrain. But here it comes. Here goes that prime tactics. Let's see what she can achieve with it. Gonna take out the leaves it at 1, okay, but that's essentially a goner rocket. There's 3 bullets left at 1 HP. It's not gonna do too much. Gonna double down the captures, maybe join cap with all of these infantry. Yeah, leave it at 10. So now Trap has to leave it at 2. So essentially having to use 2 vehicles to stop it. Maybe Malleus can like block around with these units, but in comes the army on the right. He's gonna take that copter out. That means that this rocket's gonna live for another turn, and front shifting one of the tanks over here to try to help on. Yeah, there goes that blocking, but it should be fairly easy here for Trap to pick off one of these and then get just 2 hits there. And actually, he's gonna take out the. Already takes out the copter. Okay. Are you gonna have enough units to stop the capture? Wow, is he not prioritizing stopping the base? That is gonna be. Wow, he's gonna let the base go through. Wow. I think that's a pretty big mistake. But To be fair, there's like no units left here, and maybe he can flip the base back with the RD. He can, I think that might be the plan. I think he's looking to like take out all the unit count, and next turn he's gonna plop the RD right there, lock that down, and just having more units because there's nothing here due to the missiles and the base skip. He might be able to just take out the base, even if it's captured. That's something that can happen. Okay, bringing back this tank. Medium tank going rampant over there, but you got the RD there, so that's gonna be one very dead medium tank. And it is not looking good here for the Lash player. Yes, you have the base, but at what cost? Now goes the base cap over here. Okay, gonna deal with all this army over here, and there goes the how do you call this? The base kill, I guess. Blocking as well. There's no units from Malleus really to peel away the defense from this RD, so that is essentially a lockdown base. He's not gonna make anything else than an infantry, but he's gonna have to make more units to try to keep that base, because you have this infantry there, so he could, Trap could get it back. On the weak side too, where you have copters coming. So damn, those missiles really doing a big job on that left side. Perhaps Malleus should have moved plan a little bit more, like divert one more of the missiles over here to the right side. It's definitely very tricky in live, and Malleus resigns. Dang, GG. I think let's go back to that one turn. No, this is where he uses it. So here, I really wonder if here he goes for all these attacks, which are decent. Also, you could no, I guess this is fine. Sometimes using the regun against a tank is nice, because then you get a bunch of charge. Let's see. So you're here. Would Rachel get the super in this case? If you go like this, take this out, hit like this, you leave it at, let's do minimum charge, right? Boom. You need less than 9k. Yeah, so that would be a guarantee. You might actually not have to even do that. Let's say you do that, and then where's the Rachel scope? Let's see where it will land. Oh, okay. So you got, oh, you got the infantry one here, because this counts as 2. So maybe you'd have to take a, oh wait, but it's not showing all the stuff. Oh, that's kind of annoying. So like this guy's at 2. Come on, move planner, do better. 4. This guy's at 3. With this guy over here as well. And this guy's at 6. Right? You got this guy over here as well. So this still counts the infantry. So if you would maybe use this anti and take this guy out, oh, it would land over here. Huh. Okay, maybe it's not that bad of an idea if it lands like over here, hits the RD and these guys. Kind of lose the copter, but then you get 2 hits over here. Ugh. Right? 18 and 7. Is that here? Yeah, 2 hits over here. That would be pretty brutal. Like boom, look at that. Who needs a copter now? This is all dead. Literally bring the RD somewhere here. I don't know. Hey, Darth Noob, if you're playing, I think you can get all 3 missiles to hit in the right clump, but it requires a lot of foresight. Yeah, I think you have to take out one of... Oh, I guess you take out this guy. Like, Recon comes in, takes out this. And then that could happen while taking this out as well. Dang. Well, GG there. Let's go to another game. MD on the locked base was better over here. Okay. Next game. I feel like this series was pretty good, so let's cast the next one. Can't remember exactly, but we'll see. We'll see. We got all day. Okay. And I could update the score here. So Trap God won. 1-0. Right? So 1-0 here. Game 2 of the Trap God and Malleus series. Trap God ahead 1-0. We got some more Rachel action. So double Rachel. So lots of missiles. In this time we have 3 bases. So it's gonna be more infantry. So you could possibly have an easier time baiting the missiles, at least the infantry and the HP missiles. But it's never that easy in live. Like Darth Noob pointed out, it's a bit easier to divert it or like to plan a better missile in async. So let's see. They're both going for the fastest income over here. And we have Trap God in the monkeys over here again in the top. Big fan of Umber Wilds, apparently. And then we have Malleus in the dinos, the Silver Claw. I like this little matchup. The monkeys against the dinos. Random theme for music. Oh yeah, that could be not a bad idea. Ooh, it almost broke. Yeah, the music player is not very friendly with me. I don't know why. Sometimes it wants to break my computer. Okay. Second base getting captured. Got the they actually sent their second infantry towards this city right here. I'm not sure about the timings, but I do think that if you don't get it in that timing, then it can be interrupted. And we got tank over here for Malleus, tank over here from Trap God. Will Malleus move the lander over here to block this guy from capturing that? Maybe? To be fair, Trap God could have also done that over here. Oh, no, it wouldn't matter because you can still go for that capture right there. And okay, he does go for that. Just gotta be careful when you do that because I've seen people lose to a lab cap because they didn't have anything in range to stop the lab cap. So the land is a little annoying little blocker that you can have. So same case over here, just blocking that infantry from getting the city. So it's like, what do I do? You're literally blocked. Like you can't go. You have to go backward or something. So a very, very awkward situation right there. I wonder if it's worth to like put this infantry on this tile just to not get blocked. Probably not, but we'll see. Over here though, because Trap made a mech. Not sure why he made a mech. He can get a poke over here onto this infantry. I guess Malleus did the same thing, but he made a mech because, so I guess we have a BAAB tank order. So the mech is gonna defend this guy from this tank. So he's gonna get a little free hit there. I guess the tank wouldn't have covered that. Kind of a problem there, actually. Tank. Ooh. So usually what I see is people send this tank over towards the middle to kind of contest this area. This can be a problem for Trap if he gives up the middle like that, because then this tank can move over here, put some pressure on these captures, pretty much trying to stop these captures essentially. But we'll see if that's the case. So I guess maybe to stop this from happening, player 1 would have to make the first tank over here in this base instead. So then you would be in time to hit this or defend it. But because he made it over here, then he doesn't get that. Okay, so yeah, there goes the tank. You got the tank presence here by the dinos in the middle. It's gonna be a little bit awkward here for Trap, but it can also be pretty awkward for Malleus because it can be hard to reinforce tanks into this area from the one base. You have to sit in the forest for one turn, and only then move them. And at the same time, Trap could move this land over here and block the tank off. So you gotta be careful. Making an RD over here as well on the one base. There goes that lander blocking off. Not that it's doing much right now, but it can definitely be a pest. There goes that RD over here from the 2 base. So looking to possibly bust the pipe seam and then pour into the 1 base. Tanks are coming back, front switching towards the 1 base, so you got a lot of pressure. You got double tank, got a couple of dinos, and an RD. The RD should be very decent for a very defensive play, I guess, if you like plop it on this city and you kind of lock down your own base, or you just put it over here maybe, you know, you protect these tiles. But you're also kind of conceding a lot. And oh, okay, actually he goes for the counter, so he's looking to lock down this city. Oof. And this can be a fight. The fight for the city can end up being like a drain of resources from the 1 base. It's definitely something that the 2 base will want to do, so that the 1 base spends their infantry, their unit count, and then eventually, you know, sure, you might get the city or not, but at the end of the day, you're not going to have enough units then to protect the base. Gonna get the interrupt there and sit with the tank, also the infantry on this silo. And particularly by this mech as well on this tank. So Malleus doing some good maneuverability. Just the control of the center, being able to front switch from the center towards here and back, kind of really pinning down the army from Trap either on this side or this side. So just picking and choosing his fights. Trap is going to attempt to go for the city as he has a good amount of monkeys to defend. Tank is not going to be able to interrupt, so it's going to be a fight of infantry, but I wouldn't be surprised if Malleus makes just a tank here next turn, kind of shut this down. So Trap is going to set, he's going to need a tank, so he's going to actually send one of these from the middle and make another one over here. Surprised he doesn't make it an RD over here. At this point, with this many unit count, I do think making an RD is the play. I'm not sure how much a tank is going to achieve with all this unit count on all these infantry. Something that an RD can do a lot with. So over here, next turn, this pipe is definitely a goner, and the clock is going to start ticking in this area. There goes that RD locking down this area, and there goes the triple infantry interrupt. Just going to sit there. Medium tank? Okay, no, tank. I feel like medium tank could have been not a bad idea, honestly. There is no artillery here from Trap. And do you really need another tank over here? Oh, I guess a copter. A copter, I mean, it's not a bad idea, but a medium tank here, you're absolutely shutting down all of this. There's no funds for Trap to make his own medium tank either, so he'd have to rely on artillery. So it will take him like 2 or 3 turns to really respond to that medium tank, giving that medium tank instant value. And yeah, maybe he didn't think of that, but I do think that could could have been really, really strong. He does have a good amount of tanks though. So we'll see. Copter comes in here for trap. I guess that was the only problem against the medium tank, but it's still pretty far away. And you can then make an anti-air. Just medium tank and then anti-air. Oh, you have one over here as well. Gonna get the Donkey Kongs here capturing the city. A bunch of infantry attacks. Just goes for one hit on the shoals, I believe, so that it's covered by the mech. But yeah, that's not an ideal trade right there. The only defense would be, well, I guess these two tanks can retaliate. But again, you have copter tank, mech. You have the anti here. So I'm liking Malleus's position much more, for sure. This pipe swing is going to be busted. You could use the tank and then move the arty. So you could like use the tank, start the capture, and move this arty to protect the capture. That would be probably ideal to really accelerate the pressure. And yeah, there it goes. Oh, I guess you have to put the arty up here because the tank had to hit from the road. So there we go. Let's see if this is going to hold. I do think that it should. There's not a lot of possible attacks here. He would need 2 units and then 2 more and then a 5th unit. And I think he only has 4 units in range. So yeah, this should be solid to really threaten this and then possibly threaten the comm tower next turn. Pulling back from the middle. So I guess that was an even trade, 6-6. But yeah, being behind on this city and being behind on this city as well. So trap a little bit behind on that income, also behind on that unit count. Going for a maybe cheeky lab cap here. Trying to block. Will he succeed? It's definitely a very all-in play because you still have this mountain tile to hit from. I'm not sure if he had any unit that could jump on it, and it doesn't seem like no. So this should be fairly easy for Malleus to hit there, and I think he can also shift an arty, lock it down, but very all-in for sure. And doesn't get the kill there. But yeah, just dwindling down those infantry units, just trading down, you know, from like, I don't know, 10 and 5 down to like, you know, 1 and 5. So eventually, as these dinos run out and Malleus keeps pumping tanks out, he's gonna have to use vehicles to stop these captures or these infantry. But if Trapco doesn't have vehicles to respond to, then it shouldn't be a big problem. It's all gonna be on the lab cap though, so Malleus definitely has to use an infantry here on the mountain. There's a lot of infantry to join cap, but you do have the lander here being a pretty big pest. And ooh, well, it doesn't get okay because it was the 6 HP. Maybe with an infantry, okay, the anti is gonna finish it off, and then okay, moves away one of them. He goes for the lab. Gotta capture that neutral lab. Yeah, I forgot there's another lab here, so maybe they're relying on that. But just with one interrupt, that would have been fine. He decides to go for both just because. But just one hit would be fine because then next turn he would have that other lab and then he could let that go if Trap really wanted it. So actually also stops his own flip there to get a hit there. Okay. Gets 2 hit there, gets a KO actually, and just blocks. I'm gonna interrupt. And there go those hits. Yeah, and more tanks. So this is the problem. There's too many tanks now on this right side. It is not looking good. 26k behind. Maybe a power, maybe a super would save Trap from this position. He's gonna sacrifice there so he can get the kill. He's gonna make a mech to protect the tank. That's not a bad idea actually. So essentially kind of trading. Well, no, actually, because Trap didn't lose a tank there, so that was actually positive for him. He took out an infantry, I believe. Could be wrong. But anyways, interrupting there for free because the no anti-air copter was in range. And now the arty's going to be locking down. That arty came out from back here is now like, we need more help. He's being called in to like go forward into the front lines to defend the cities. I feel like the city's kind of lost. At a certain point, you have to give it up, I feel like. But Trap is going to double down, and he's going to break through to not only get a hit here, but he's going to use the 6 HP tank to hit this arty. Okay. And we're close to a super. So this is a point where Malleus could, yeah, definitely get the super for sure. I think if you really want to, you can get it. You're only 7k away. You can do anti-air on tank, or honestly just a couple of tank engagements, and you probably get the super. And it would land, you got a lot of foot soldiers over here. So at least one, maybe two because of the HP. And the value would land here. Oh man. I think the missiles here would be devastating. Literally game ending. Is he? Wow, he doesn't use the anti-air, not even to take out the mech. I think he's planning for the missile. I think he's, yeah, you can see the charge. He might have moved that way because he knows it's gonna land over there. Maybe it's worth like deleting the lander if it's like to like concentrate the missile there, perhaps. He's actually gonna bait, or he's gonna make a little infantry missile bait here, and there goes that covering fire. Wow. So two of them land over here, and yeah, one of them, the value one, that lands right here. So that is essentially the majority of the army from Trap, from the monkeys. They're all neutralized. No more healthy infantry. Is this one truly at 10 HP? Or is it a bug? Gonna make a freaking Neo tank over here on the one base. But I believe this is for the value missile. If it was a medium tank, then maybe it wasn't enough. Maybe it was, but maybe he was just making sure, as he spent like 5 minutes. He went from 7 to 2 minutes. And there goes the missile. One over here, and one over here. So very well distributed. I think ideally you would want this other one, the HP one, to land here as well, so you get all of that destroyed, and let these vehicles be at full HP. But it is what it is. You gotta do what you can. So yeah, looking very good for Malleus, honestly. But perhaps these covering fires are also going to slow down the pressure from this base. But you do have this absolutely unpunished Neo tank. I don't see how Trapguard can answer it with an injured copter, injured RD. Sure, it's going to repair faster. You don't have the funds to make a Neo tank next turn, as you're also going to be spending more on repairs. So a medium tank is not going to cut it. And now injured units are going to get just taken out. Artie's going to move in. And just a whole lot of unit count. This new tank could just front switch over here to this side. There really isn't a whole lot left of unit count from Trap on this area to put pressure onto the base, let alone this city. So yeah, this new tank over here is going to be big problems. Now we see the RDs from Trap. I think this is way too late. Should have been back before when he did have unit count. At this point, maybe it's worth it more to invest over here, make a medium tank, and just like really push back all of this offensive. And Malleus is gonna break through and hit the RD. Was a little bit greedy there. And new tank just gonna take out an infantry. Okay. This tank is a little bit stranded here. It would want to support here, maybe help to hit the RD. You don't really want to take out the anti-air now because there is no copters left. But yeah, it's kind of a problem. You got the new tank in the middle now. And we're still far away from the missiles, so bunching up units like this is not gonna be that big of a problem. Gonna start bringing that pipe scene. Oh, super late. I mean, if he can hold on here, but like maybe one RD. Okay, that was good. A little breakthrough there. Probably not the best walls by Malleus, but gets the kill there. And gets the kill. Oh, okay, it has to finish off there. And now he gets the hit there. So he could make a medium tank here. I guess that infantry was dead. I'm not sure why I was bugged like that. There goes that medium tank. Without RDs, that should be easier for the medium tank. But you do have the Neo tank. Maybe by the time that the Neo tank gets over here, Trap can get another covering fire and deal with the Neo tank that way. We'll see. Anti-air is gone. That means these two copters are gonna be pretty happy, although you do have this one. This is gonna be, Trap should really save this anti-air, just like have it back here. In base pressure scenarios, having at least one anti-air is crucial. Because if not, copters can just like block you in. And just losing a lot of unit count. Even this tank now getting trapped by the Landa infantry. There's no real way here for Trap to take this out, for example. Yeah, there's no way. And I think Trap might get the covering fire. He needs... It's not a lot of charge, but I don't see a lot of value hits here. Maybe medium tank here, tank on the base, something nasty like that. Maybe here, breakthrough hit this tank. Will he do that? Okay, he's gonna take that Aya, and then he gets the hit here. Will he get it? And where will it land is the question. As you take that out and you do go for that tank hit, and here comes the covering fire. Okay, so one over here, and I believe a second one somewhere over here. So 2 of them landed over here and 1 over here. You would have loved the new tank to be at 4 HP. So then it's not that big of a threat to the medium tank. Also, one of the missiles landed on the medium tank. Oh, no. I think that was an infantry missile. Oh, no. Yeah, that's going to be an easy task for Malleus here with a 7 HP Neo tank. Desperate times require a second medium tank. But you know that value missile is going to land right here, leaving this guy at 4, this guy at 7. Breaks through, starts a capture, but the RDs don't really have the timing to set up there and protect this base cap. And honestly, with this many foot soldiers and units overall, I wouldn't be surprised if 2 missiles land right here. I think this is going to be the salute moment to the monkey army, because they are all going to disappear right now. And yeah, that is indeed what just happened. Value right here, infantry and HP over here. It is now operation cleanup. Everything is just going to get wiped out. Boom, 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 boom. This game is super over. There is no chance for a trap right now. All the cards are on Malleus' hands. On Malleus's hand. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Trap is gonna keep trying, attacking with the medium tank over here, but this base is just so strong. You got these bases staring at each other pretty well, and you got the little already hit there. Maybe the Neo tank and medium tank will take it out. There you go. Boom, boom. Easy peasy. And Trap resigns. Dang. GG. Yeah, I think Trap should have made that already much earlier. I wonder if there's a bit of a TA there in the opening on this map. That little tank thing hit on this capture. I'm not sure. We'll have to look into that. But I do think... Where was it? It was more like over here. He makes another tank. Yeah, like I think over here, this could just be another an arty. I don't see why a tank. Right? Or even over here, like this could have been an arty instead of a tank. You don't even need this support tank to protect this guy. You got this guy. Like these guys are supporting each other. This could have been an arty, or this could have been an arty, and then start breaking this. 2, 4, 5. I think an arty here would work too, because you can bring it over here and start pointing at the pipe seam, or move it closer. But this made Malleus pretty comfortable, and I'm surprised also that he didn't make a medium tank. This thing, if he would have made a medium tank, it would have been a pretty big deal. But he decided to go for tank and copter instead. Oh well. There isn't TA? Okay. I'll trust you, doggy dog. This means that they are 1-1. So let's look at the last game. Oof, good thing I don't show you the screen, because that would have been a big spoilers. I think I remember this match. Okay. Oh, it has the random music. How do I take it off? There you go. Okay. Oof. It's getting warmer here. All right. So game 3 right here. And we're sticking with the army themes right here. So we got Malleus over here in the dinos, the Silver Claw up here in the top and then in the left, and then we have Trap in the right, in the bottom over here with the monkeys, the Umber Wilds. Interesting matchup, Von Bolt against Hawk. You really don't see Hawk a whole lot on standard. Obviously this is tier 1, but I do think this is a very solid tier 4 this map because Von Bolt is always going to be good. Then Hawk is also decent because of this. There's so much income right here. And then Javier should also be pretty decent because the Comtar is pretty safe. And because of the damage race setup right here, RDs are going to be a very big deal to take out your base, but especially the medium tanks. You can still use your own copters, or you can make a Neo tank aggressively against Javier. So there's still ways of addressing that. It's just not your conventional RD play, perhaps. So yeah, I think it's pretty interesting. I'm not sure if Sasha would be that great, but maybe she is. Maybe she would be using power literally every other turn. So becoming a bit of a Von Bolt and getting extra cash. Denying Hawk from his super, perhaps delaying Javier from his power. So we'll have to see. But yeah, we have Von Bolt, Malleus with Von Bolt, and Trapcut with Hawk. Very, very interesting. I would assume that Von Bolt would want to go for the city, perhaps, encourage those infantry fights that he will get the better end of them. But Malleus decides not to. He decides to go for the safe cap over here, which he can then chain over here. Getting pretty similar builds over here. And did Malleus actually skip the tank build? No. I thought he did. Okay, never mind. So we got the tank here from Trap on the south. On the one base. And then we got another tank here from Malleus on the one base as well. Bit of a response there. I did see the concerns brought up by some of the players that there might be a TA here where like this tank can interrupt this capture or something of that sort. We have to look into that more, see if, like how much of a TA that is. It's not like Razor's Edge that had a crazy TA and that had to be like emergency edit, but we'll see. Well, I haven't really looked at it yet. I think it was brought up last night, so I haven't had time yet. But they're both gonna get those captures. I think it had something to do with player 1 getting the tank here first, but I don't know why Malleus didn't get it. Maybe he skipped a property and didn't have enough funds. Anyways, we got the tank chain from player 1 over here, and now Trap is gonna get his tank. Probably gonna make it over here on this base. He cannot go for this city yet because there will be a free interrupt there by Malleus, but a bit of an oversight there by Malleus, not putting the tank to cover this infantry. So Trap is gonna get a little free hit right there. And just gonna, yeah, move slowly. I guess that's covered from the road, although maybe you would go for that as Malleus. I don't know. It is your one base though. You don't have a lot of units, so I don't know if you want to go for semi-even trades really. Like I don't really know if that's worth it. Probably not. You really want to save your unit count on the one base. You don't have an injured tank and then pull it back to repair. Like this is a lot of units that are gonna be just pouring in, so it can become pretty awkward really fast. And Malleus already activating the RD scenario. He sees that the first tank from Trap shifted towards the middle, and he's like, okay, there's no need to make a tank right now. There's nothing threatening this city. I can just play more the long game, the later stage of this map, which is the RD. So he's gonna go for that. This is gonna be pretty crucial to flip these properties that the one base gets pretty quickly. And then, yeah, it's gonna struggle to hold on. Like, look, there's 3 monkeys right here. You usually send like 2 infantry back here to capture stuff, so you're only left with like 3, maybe a tank, and then you have like all of these coming in. So it's complicated. Malleus gonna... Wow, Malleus again allowing another free hit there? No way. Wow. Another oversight. Dang. Oh. You didn't see anything. You didn't see anything. I clicked the wrong button. Damn. Okay, let's go back to where we were. You didn't see anything. I have the Men in Black. Nothing was seen. So, not sure here. Malleus, pretty big oversight here. Like moving both tanks. This one was really not necessary. It wasn't even in range. Like, he probably didn't realize. Like, he probably moved the tank first, and it's like, oh wait, this image doesn't reach. Yeah, big problems. So he is going to lose an infantry, and that's gonna hurt over here in this one base. So Trap God is kind of like, he's losing 1 unit on the one base because he's sending the tank upwards, but he's also taking away 1 unit from Malleus. I think overall it should be positive for Trap over here. And there goes that RD from Trap as well. So both are activating the RD lines right now. This is gonna get intense quickly. Putting the RD right there. Some players would use the infantry to get like a poke at the RD, but I don't think that's a good idea at all. Comm towers are capped as well, so that should help. Well, both really. Von Bolt with 120 firepower and defense, while Hawk gets 120 firepower. So the only difference here is that Von Bolt has an extra 10% defense, pretty much. And we got a copter as well. So RD and copter are going to be crucial for this, especially air units. It does feel like a lot of people underestimate how important the air units are going to be for this, and the importance from the one base to have anti-air against the copters. You really could take out this one base with just copters and tanks and infantry, because you really just have to take out the anti-air, and then the copters can block anything in, any tech-ups and whatever. The RD is obviously very useful to take out medium tanks, neo tanks, even mega tanks, if it ever comes to that. But copters are insane. Copters are very good for base pressure. Over here, we're getting set up for a flip on this city. There is no vehicle from Trap to threaten that RD, so yeah, I don't think you should go for that. I mean, you also can't get it, but if there was a tank build here, then I don't think this RD would get this setup, because then you can go for the triple hit here and then hit that RD, and just getting that damage on the RD slows down the pressure a lot. He's however gonna go for that and get the RD set up there. Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's enough units in range to break through this, so this should be safe for Trap. So getting prepared over here. Definitely more vehicles in this northern area of the map from both players, right? He is gonna go for the interrupt there, however, and gonna make another tank. So I don't know. This is a question that is always posed on the players. Like, how much are you willing to sacrifice to delay these properties, these income flips, right? So would Malleus shoot this back, join cap, maybe block? I think you do. You probably plop an infantry right here. But now he has supported the copter, this tank as well. And he actually moves it off and starts the capture with another guy. And ooh, could he break through here? Take this out, double infantry, tank, infantry, and then tank hits from the city? Ooh, I think that was a mistake. I think this guy needs to go over here on this plane style. He's prioritizing ensuring the city flip, but this might not be a good enough wall. Right? I'm pretty sure tank infantry takes out this infantry. I never know very well with Von Bolt stats, but that would definitely be worth it. You would be exposing to copter and tank hit on both of your tanks, but you could make a medium tank, I think. I just do base skip medium tank. On the other hand, Malice does not go for the interrupt over here. He decides to pull back, conserve unit count on the one base, and start some more caps over here. Chop God perhaps getting a little bit greedy here, getting a poke there on this infantry. Oh, I remember watching this live, and this is kind of a mistake because this could allow Malleus to break through. Don't ever underestimate the power of low HP infantry, because I do think that you could break through here. Like what do you do? Like infantry. Well, you could do like double infantry, take out this guy. Probably infantry and 3 HP infantry, take out the 8 HP. And then either 5 HP or 3 HP attacks this guy and dies. Maybe the 3 HP. Like leaves it at 8, for example, dies. This guy's at 8, tank comes in, takes it out, and then tank hits the arty. And then same thing, you make a medium tank. He does have the funds, right? He has like, he's gonna have 21k. So I think going for this is a mistake by Trap. Maybe a bit too greedy. Maybe that arty should have gone over here and set up a defense over here. Maybe 2 layers of defense. And let's see, Malleus, does he see it? Okay, he uses the 5 HP and he is going to send the 3 HP to sacrifice, leaves it at 8. And this is, yeah, any CO would guarantee that kill in the 8 HP infantry. And boom, at 2 HP, the arty. Ooh, man, that arty is not going to be useful for 5 or 6 turns. So essentially delaying the pressure by 5 or 6 turns. That is a huge deal. Even getting a hit there, sure, you're going to see a copter and a tank hit here. So Malleus is going to trade down on tanks, but he's going to ensure that the base pressure slows down a lot. This city is going to get flipped, and possibly this one as well. He makes an anti-air to respond to this copter. Honestly, a medium tank could have been a good option to take out any of these tanks that decide to attack, and then you make an anti-air. So like first dealing with the tanks and then making an anti-air, so the anti-air is free to attack the copter. But we'll see if this is a better approach. Over here, kind of similar situation, but I think a bit better. Malleus probably saw it, it's like, okay, I need to avoid this one happening to me. It could have happened last turn, but Trap didn't go for it. Can he though? Can he break through? No, it doesn't seem like. He would have to use a full HP tank to break through this. And he doesn't have another one to hit the arty. So there's no way to break through here and hit that arty. Trap is going to have to pull back. Maybe make a medium tank. An anti-air. Those are the 2 things you need. You need anti-air and medium tank. So you gotta pick which one you make. And he decides to make an anti-air. There is a single copter by Malleus, but that is how threatening copters can be on your base. I'm gonna start this capture over here and gonna send back that arty to heal up. Attack back at all these tanks. And yeah, I think this is why I think the medium tank could have been a better option, honestly. Now you get this blockage here. You don't have enough tanks, I think, to break through. A nice little find there, putting the 2 tanks there. I'm not sure that Malleus can actually break through this. I don't think this takes out the 7 HP. So very nice there. Copter getting a free hit. So a little bit of a salvage position. It would have been better to have the arty at 10 HP, but you know, you gotta fix your positions however you can in live. A bit of a cleanup here as well, so a lot of unit count going down. And there's gonna be all alone now. Man, there goes that medium tank. So yeah, Anti didn't get a shot. Medium tank first, then Anti. That might be the way. That might be the way to salvage your one base. At the same time, Trap getting this flip as well, so he is ahead by 1k. There must be a neutral. Okay, 2k. Okay, because now he finished all the caps. Okay, so it's because he has this pair. Getting a bit of a poke here on this arty. We do have another arty coming from Malleus. We're full on base pressure right now. No fight for the middle, no front switching. It's all gonna be that base pressure. It seems like it's the race of like who can take out the base. And at the same time, all this fighting and trading means that your charge is going up. We're already over halfway to the supers from both Von Bolt and Hawk. And they're both very strong. Hawk can also resort to a power if he finds a good enough tactic. But look at this unit kind of over here in the south. Very easy, yeah, hit there by Miles. Gonna leave that anti-air at 5, gonna block in the medium tank, bring in the RD. Up here at the top, he's gonna be able to break through as well. And can he hit that RD? No, he cannot. So he's allowing his medium tank to get hit. Is it really worth it to take out a copter to get your medium tank taken out? Seems a little bit dubious. Maybe a better thing would be to hit here. Maybe attack from the forest so you have a little bit more defense from the RD. So you take out a tank. Again, taking out tanks is going to be a good idea so that your anti-airs can live. But he's going to have to make another anti-air essentially because Trap God could decide to not shoot the medium tank, take out the anti-air instead. Depends what Malleus builds. But he is kind of forced to make another anti-air. Oh, he makes a medium tank. Ooh. Okay, this is going to be a problem. I think Trap God should take out the anti-air and then the copter can do whatever it wants. Super close to a super. We'll see if he uses it, but he decides to use the power. To everyone's surprise. I mean, you could have probably attacked a couple of units, right? Like 10k. Take out the anti-air, take out the tank, just get some attacks and then hit him with the super. But he decides to use the power. He might have expected that this would get a kill, and it does, okay. And it allows him to hit that copter. So now this should be pretty decent. There's still too many units, so he's gonna have to make another medium tank, I believe. Although I think a tank could cut it. It would be very bare bones. At the same time, you have the Ex Machina coming, so that can be a problem. And he actually decides to shoot at that medium tank, and okay, yeah, he takes it out with the other one. The global damage and global heal is pretty wild. It throws everything out the window. And big cleanup moment probably takes out these infantry as well. The medium tank also, no, he can't reach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, he can't reach. But he can easily take out one of these infantry. He should prepare for that Von Bolt missile. It is going to land. It calculates value, so you would assume it's going to land over here, right? 2 medium tanks and an anti-air. A good way to quickly calculate where it's going to land is thinking medium tanks as 2 tanks, pretty much. A little bit more than 2 tanks, but it is like that. So you have like what? 5 vehicles here, essentially. And over here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as well. So if Malleus can take out this anti-air, I do think it would land over here. So it's up to him what he wants to do. He's gonna get that capture. He is indeed going to take out that anti-air. And is he gonna use the missile? He does. He moves off the medium tank and the missile lands right over here. Was that the right call though? Should you have allowed the missile to land here so that you guarantee the kill in the base? Because this would have been stunned. You move this already here. This guy gets a shot, but then next turn you get both shots in, and you just surround everything. You take out the anti with the missile, and then you block this stuff away as well. Essentially guaranteeing the cap. We'll see if this still guarantees a cap, because this is very much surrounded, but this should be fairly easy for a Trap to just attack this, move off the medium tank, and make something else. The question would be if he actually can break through and hit the RDs, but we'll have to see about that. Let's see, so it's Trap God's turn. Over here, I guess the idea was to save his own 1 base against this attack, and he will. Like, he can easily take out this copter next turn, probably hit the tank and the RDs. But over here, I think this is a problem. If you could send this infantry to attack this guy, take it out. Medium tank should take out that infantry, right? I'm not sure about the stats again. but 89 to 95. Wow. Dang. I would assume this guy's at 90 and just hit by the black wave, but that's a role that I would be willing to take, because if you do that, you break through, you take this out, this mutant tank comes in and takes out the 9 HP already, and there's absolutely no way that Mathias will be able to take this out now without the super, without any healthy RDs or copters. It's like, this is medium tank land, and that base is saved, and Chopgod would get that. He's gonna get a hit there, and he does break through there, but he doesn't go for the kill. He decides to attack there and attack the tank. Oh man, just not finding those lines, so critical. Makes another medium tank. I don't think this other medium tank is needed, honestly. Could just be a tank. There really isn't, especially after taking out this tank. It could be like an anti-air too, if not. I don't think the over-investment here is going to be worth it. At the same time, even after the missiles, well, we'll see. Actually, because the anti-air is going to take out that copter. So, but a bit of a puzzle here, because now, oh, okay, that was nice. So you can attack from the city, and then copter gets that attack, and then makes another medium tank. There is no copters, so this anti-air has fulfilled its job, right? It's gonna block, and we're at equal income. I guess Mathias has this. We got the threat on the comm tower as well. Will he break through and attack the RD? Why the 6 HP? I don't know why this. Why not the 9 HP? I don't know. I would have attacked the 9 HP. Deal. You get more damage in, right? Yeah, you deal 8 damage versus 6. The power is ready, so Hawk could use that power, but he has to actually pull back from over here. So many injured units. You got the RDs healing up, trying to deter from the medium tanks. And there goes that boom, that hit on that medium tank. Dang. But the base has been saved. That RD is going to be a dead RD. This city will probably be flipped soon. You do have this counter threat and a little bit of an annoyance here, but I do think that you can just like take this out. Medium tank comes in and finishes this off, right? Ooh, maybe not. 79? Damn. Is that a gamble? So maybe you have to send this guy over here, take this out, and then use medium tank, and if needed, hit with this guy. You really don't want to lose that comm tower. Or you could use the power, but I don't think it's worth it. Ooh, okay, gonna gamble there. Let's see if he gets the 8. Okay, he does. He does get the 8 there, so that comm tower is stopped. You're gonna have to use this guy to finish it off next turn. Already is dealt with, and it is over in this area. Like, look, the dinos are like spreading out, like run away guys, we can't hold this attack. On the other hand, you have 4 RDs coming here. Like, these guys are finally all healed up. You got the conga line of infantry, keep, you know, slowly adding to that army, and just look how many units. There's what, 10, 15, 16 units over here against 6, and only 1 making every turn. So yeah, big problems over here. He's gonna have to break through, hit the RD. Wow, good find there. Bad wall there by Trap, and also not protected by these RDs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where did this guy come from? At a certain point, when you have all these RDs, it's probably easy to just bunch them up, right? Have the RDs cover each other in case there's a wall break like that. But that is some free value turn by Mathias right there. He's gonna double down on this capture, gets a nice hit there on that medium tank, and slowly gonna wait for more units to gather as he's getting the RDs back. He's making more RDs, so we're gonna see round 2 of the base flip attempt. We haven't seen any fight on the middle in this match yet. Pretty interesting. Gonna get a little shot there with a copter. Do you have the anti there? Now, yes, the arties are all kind of together. So many monkeys over here, making for just layers of walls. And yeah, just gotta keep waiting. Copter gonna come in and assist over here. That is gonna be very helpful actually for Malleus. The Super 4 Hawk is coming, and that can be big problems. He's gonna take out that Copter. I think it's worth it because there isn't another one that's close by yet. So trading that anti-air is worth it. Using some recons to clear some of these infantry, because this like infantry and arty composition is not very strong. I mean, it is, but it's very slow, and so you can kind of poke around at the tiles that the arty isn't covering. Same thing over here, just throwing units in front of the arties. Very like sensei strats right here. But here comes the super, and man, that hurts. Look at 126. Wow, 30k in damages. The more injured units there are, the more damage it does, pretty much, percentage wise, I guess. Doesn't get the flip yet, but okay, gets what he cans over here, and he's gonna doesn't get the kill on that medium tank. Finishes off the recon. Okay, just a normal turn, but with the global damage and the global heal. These medium tanks are looking nice and healthier, nice and chunkier. We got the bigger chunk. We got the round chunk over here coming in for the base kill. Neo tanks are really great actually for base kills, because you can then take out anti-airs or tanks very easily, and even medium tanks. So they're actually pretty great at that. And if you look at the movement too, it's 1 turn, 2, 4, 6. Oh, it's actually 1 tile. It requires 3 turns to attack the base. Malleus still halfway through for the next super, and just pouring in over here, joining. These injured infantry, because of the global damage, are not great walls. These should be somewhat easy to clear, right, by the medium tanks. I wonder if there's a way here. 8 HP. Okay, it does. So that could be a thing. Breakthrough here, medium tank breaks through this guy, and then 7 HP attacks the arty. You would sacrifice the 7 HP medium tank to take out an arty. I think it's worth it. You take out 3 units, maybe more, and then you just make another one, perhaps. You already have 3 arties. You got a copter, you got a Neo tank. But he's not gonna attack anymore over here, and okay, he doesn't go for the breakthrough. Goes for a more passive play, more conservative. Trying to conserve the medium tanks, I guess. I'm talking so far from the microphone, actually. Okay, got a little trap by trap on the medium tank here. Got the arties pointing at it, even an arty being part of the wall, of the little trap. But Malleus is gonna try to free it up, and he is going to succeed at that. Medium tank is free, and he's gonna attack that copter, kind of neutralizing both copters. These are not gonna do too much now, and just the sheer amount of units. The base pressure. He actually does manage to break through it, and now, yes, he's gonna put the 7 HP, but this time around, he's exposing 2 medium tanks for this attack. So I think the other one would have been a little bit better. He definitely has to make another medium tank. Also, anti-air explodes, that's gonna die, and there's a copter coming. So now he has to decide, oh, do I make a medium tank or an anti-air? This might have been an attack where he's gonna lose all the critical units. Also, the super is here, man. Yeah, that base is gonna be lost. Oof, was this the wrong play? Should he have done the other play on the last one and just not go for this turn? Life is hard, but life is also hard. There goes the missile. Yeah, that is one ideal missile. Sure, another one would be nice here on the Neo tank, maybe the arties, but dang. I don't know how you save this base at this point with this many arties, infantry, Neo tank, copters, tanks. Like, yeah, I mean, you have 20k. You can't even make your own neo tank. You have to make another medium tank and just keep bunching up medium tanks. But pickoffs everywhere. Starts the cap as well. All these are stunned, so you can only hit it with this guy, but it's not going to be enough to stop the capture. So I think this base is lost. It is really, really lost. Just exposing too many of the important units on the wrong turn when that super landed. And we'll see if that panic power by Hawk is going to save the day. And I don't know if you noticed, but look at Malleus. He only made a recon and 2 infantry. He's saving up money. What is he planning on doing right now? What is one unit after he sort of neutralized the Neo tank, leaving it at 4, now 5 with the power? What is the one unit that can withstand a lot of RDs? And pretty much the strongest unit, I don't know if in the game, but at least the land unit, as Trapcop makes a bomber. I think he's expecting the ultimate, the Chunkus Maximus. Is it gonna come? And there it is. Look at that. Look at that thing. Look at the mega tank. 28k build. Man. The thing is though, yeah, that is one durable unit, but you do have 4 RDs there. All the supporting units are gonna be dealt with, and you're about to have 4 RDs staring down at that base. That mega tank is gonna get shelled on. It is gonna be no joke. And Jupgod is gonna make a T-copter, perhaps feeling like he needs more infantry quicker. Also, as this base will probably die, this base becomes very, very far away, so you can start using it to send infantry. You can also make a black boat. It's like send infantry tuk, 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 right here and speed up reinforcements on your HQ, because after these bases go through, the HQ race is on. This base is way too close to this, and you also have a lot of army, but not really. It's not really the case for Malleus. He did lose a lot of his army. He has a couple of RDs, but his unit count is pretty low. On the other hand, over here, Trap is later on the base trade. It's going to take him like 2 more turns, 3, 4 even, to finish the cap. But he does have a lot more army. Starting his turn ahead on army value, you got 1, 2, 3, and 4 RD shots, and that thing is still standing. Even a copter getting shot, a shot on the mega tank, that thing is still standing. But it is gonna be dealt with next turn. It is not gonna withstand another round of quadruple RD shots. Even a bomber is staring at it. So yeah, I'm sorry, mega tank, but I don't know if it was worth it. Spending 28k plus repairs on that thing. Dang. Gets a kill there, yeah, but got the fighter as a response to the bomber. As you see now, this whole army slowly moving towards the HQ. It is not like... that is dangerous. Look at that guy. That is 2 turns away from the HQ. So Miles already having to send all the reinforcements towards that HQ. The fighter could also be a good unit to just stand on the HQ, honestly. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Just 1 tile too far from the HQ. But yeah, 1, 2, 3, and 4 RD shots. Man, that is one chunky unit, but it is gone. No more mega tank. The RDs did their job. Yeah, that was pretty insane to see, to witness, and the base is gonna get flipped. And we got the same thing over here. We have a couple tanks, a little bit of a sack here for this tank trying to get a 2-for-1 trade, just dealing like half a tank damage, and then it's gonna get taken out by this copter probably, or tank. But just trying to reduce the unit count. I think there's only 2 healthy infantry. Well, 1 really, but yeah, 2 to attempt to go for the HQ cap. On the other hand, you have a lot more over here for the monkeys. So definitely Trap is way more set, or better set to go for the HQ race, as he also plops the tank on the HQ so that the fighter doesn't. There's nothing that can take out the fighter, really. I mean, he made his own fighter, but That would have bought him a lot of time. He puts the fighter here to block the infantry from the HQ, which is not a bad idea, actually. But this is it's such a like fragile, tiny army to go for the HQ. Like I don't think you can go for that. The fighter having to be over here to block units instead of to deal with the bomber, because you have this defensive fighter as well. So good job there with the builds here by Trap. And just Malleus is all in on defending the HQ. Maybe if he can defend the HQ, he can get the win. But you also get a bunch of flips everywhere. Trap God is ahead on that on the income on the flips, because he's getting these properties after the base flip, and Malleus is not. He's prioritizing the HQ cap. Maybe he should be prioritizing these cities instead. We're at day 25, guys, right? Like you got day limit at day 30. So whoever has the most properties wins, and Malleus just doesn't see a way to flip it around, and he taps out. GG. There you go, 2-1 for Trap God. So essentially Trap God moving on to round 2 of the qualifiers, not the quarterfinals. Yeah, damn, that was an intense match, man. I love this matchup, Bumbold and Hawk. I think this archetype of a map is very nice because it makes a lot of seals viable. Surprised we don't see more maps like this, honestly. 1 second, 5 and 3 HP. About to kill tank, get the copter. Dang, is that a custom fighter sprite? The monkey one, you mean? It does look a little bit weird, right? It looks a little bit funky, but no, it's the same one, just the different colors. Wow, crazy set. Congrats there to Trap God. I think I'm gonna take a quick little break. I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and then we can cover some more games. If there's any games that you guys recommend that you want to watch, I'm all ears. If not, I'll just start picking and choosing. But yeah, I'll be back in a sec. All right. Cast Poland and Thomas. Yeah, I'm planning on doing that. Yeah, so Bible Black was actually like, that's probably the first damage race map there is, right? I've honestly looked for more like that type, and I didn't really find many. At least not in A ranks. Maybe there's a bunch in, buried in B ranks, but let's see what game we should cast. The Azrael Sarmentine set was pretty good too. You got the Hunch and Herbie also. Man, there was a lot. Oh, last time we did the Ariana chest. That was really nice. Let's do... Where is it? I lost it. Okay, let's do the Azrael and Sarmentine set. Should we do the whole set or just maybe one match? I don't know. There's so many games, man. Oh wow, Hunch and Herbie are gonna start in 10 minutes? Dang. That could be... Oh, I'm kinda hot. Okay, so there's just so many games. Maybe we could pick some games to cast, because then we have round 2 as well. Like, there's just so many. Astra said game 3, so maybe let's do that. Where was it though? Ooh. On Razor's Edge. Let's do that. Yeah, I think I remember this match. And I think it's gonna be the first time that we see a match on this map. That's pretty cool. Okay. Let me where's the... Oh man, what am I doing? Okay, this works. Boom. Wait. Okay, I think that works, kind of. Okay. Hey, Thomas. Okay, now yes, I think we can do this. Let me take out this thing. So, for some context here, this was game 3 between Azrael and Sarmentine. Sarmentine. I don't know. We're gonna roll with Sarmentine. I'm gonna change the colors. I'm sorry, but this purple and pink is too much. Let's do Azrael with Blaze. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so this was game 3 between Azrael and Summertime, right? So they went 1-1. They played on Lucifer and they played on Swiss Banking. I'll see. We'll see if we can cover those later. But this is the first time that we see, and let me go back a little because this is very important. Every infantry movement in the very early stages is very important. I think this is the first time that we're covering this Razor's Edge. You have these contested bases right here, which are essentially 3 turns away for both interrupting and capturing for both bases. And you have a missile silo. And the missile silo is no joke. And they went both with Adder. This is something weird that Summertime does. He goes over here. I feel like you should probably go for this capture over here. But maybe he's prepping something. So that is what Azrael is going to do. Or Astaroth. He's going to go for that little chain over here. There was a bit of an edit on this map last minute in the middle of the round 1 because there was an imbalance. There was a TA to an advantage. So yeah, can I send the pre-deployed infantry over to this base? But anyways, that's some boring stuff. But yeah, it looks like Summertime is prepping to just go all in onto this base instead of going for the capture. So passing on 1k already of income that he'll be getting, that he would have gotten next turn, and then the chain as well. So using the, being ahead on this base to send all of it towards this base. I don't know if that's gonna work. This base is a bit more advantage to get this. I do think if you respond correctly as this player, you can stop it. You can even just use infantry and then make an RD even, because the RD reaches and locks this down in 1 turn. So it's important though that if the fact that Summertime, well, actually the infantry over here didn't do too much. Because it wasn't in range of the base. He would have had to send the infantry over to this mountain or this one to then be 2 turns away. But here he was still 3 turns away. So it was more of a delayed cap. Anyways, but Azrael down here in the Amber Blaze goes for the recon. Interesting. Goes for the recon build. Summertime not going for the cap over here, instead going towards the base. So that means that Azrael has to respond with his own infantry moving towards there. He can still go for this capture and still be in range, which is kind of nice. And Summertime gonna make his own recon on this side as well. So they're kind of mirroring the recons. If Summertime would have made the recon over here, he could definitely stop the base cap. I've tried that out. I don't think that recon opening is that good because of that reason. But we'll see what these guys are cooking. Azrael is going to skip on the capture chain here to potentially go for the missile silo or the airport. Perhaps foreseeing that he's going to need that missile to either stop this or guarantee his capture. Moving close over here, Summertime did not go for the base capture at all. So not sure what the plan was here for that guy skipping this chain. So he's just going down on income pretty much. And now you got the recon here staring. You got the double infantry ready for that base cap. Yes, Azrael also is skipping a lot on income because he didn't go for this, which changed the airport or this. Also, the recon means it's not another infantry, so he's still giving up on income as well. But the whole plan, the whole gamble is to get that base. Hey, Starbright. Yes, indeed, it is another contested base map. And this one is the spiciest of all. So every time going for a poke there on this infantry to leave it injured and position this guy in range of the city, but also in range to interrupt. We'll see if that works out. The problem of doing that, which is more of a safer, I'm gonna go for that income kind of play, is that if it were on the mountain, you can then put it on the city, for example, or here, and then you can reach both tiles, either the shoal or the forest. In this case, you can't. This guy's gonna move over here, and you can only reach 1 tile to interrupt. So we'll see if that plays an important role in this. On the other hand, we have Summertime with the 2 infantry and the recon. It's gonna be sent over here. It's gonna block, and then Azrael can well, obviously will self-interrupt this capture to go and interrupt here. Gonna get the kill there. Gonna start the cap and he's gonna block. I'm not sure why he doesn't block on the forest though. So then this guy would have to attack from the shoal. But hey, will he get the cap with just 1 and 4 HP infantry? 1.4 infantry. We will see. On the other hand, Serpentine interrupts. No, Astaroth interrupts from the forest over here. Gets that 7-6. And has to keep bringing more infantry just to guarantee this, because Serpentine could take this out and then he caps and joins. Oh, actually, that should guarantee the cap. Yeah, this is actually a guaranteed cap because he, after this guy is gone, he's not gonna have 2 units to hit at this guy. So he's gonna rely on the missile silo to injure this and then hit it back. These recons, man. But again, like, Azrael could have made a recon. Maybe not the last turn, but the previous turn. Did he have funds? Let me go back a second. Okay, he didn't. But it's all over the place because of all the skipping and stuff. And these recon openings really throw everything out the door. I assure you that opening recon on this side can be responded by your own recon on this side, but that is not what we saw happen here. So we're going for that interrupt. Serpentine is gonna go and take that out, and yeah, this is gonna be. Oh, he doesn't join cap. Oh wow! So he just keeps capping. So that is going to be stopped. So Azrael does not have to use the missile silo. He can just sit there and wait, or go for the airport actually. And gonna interrupt from the forest. Gonna make a tank now. So will this be enough for Azrael? Because you can cap, join back 10. This recon can go in and take this out, and I guess it will. It won't be enough for Serpentine. It's a similar case here. But if Serpentine would have joined capped, then he would have to use the silo. But Serpentine is not having an infantry there for the silo, so this is going to be a guaranteed cap for Azrael. Just with the 2 infantry and the recon, because this recon was built on this side. If it was built on this side, then it would have been enough to interrupt this. So yeah, that is going to be a base for Azrael, and that is going to be stopped. And I don't know if Serpentine is going to get that base in the end. Infantry is going to stay put there, ready, awaiting orders on when to launch that missile. Serpentine definitely having the more economic approach here from both players, because he does have the chain. He has this. Well, I guess Azrael also has this, but he has 9k against 6. Astaroth is gonna have 8k next turn, so he's gonna be ahead on a base, but behind an income, and that's not always the best place to be in. Recon. Okay, he had 7k. I guess Artie build could have been nice. You know, Artie here, infantry could be. Gonna get a hit there, but perhaps looking to, once the base goes through, to then taking out the infantry and sitting on it. That can be the case. Gonna make a mech here. Bit of a dubious build of the mech. Not sure if it accomplishes much. But Azrael made his own preemptive tank over here against this tank. So even if this goes through, I guess like you could hit from here and then sit on the base, but then the tank can hit from the forest still. So maybe that's why that mech. Damn, the next level mind games. But even then, this infantry can sit on the silo, blocking the mech essentially from hitting back the tank. So yeah, not looking very good here for Serpentine. And the missile is going to be launched by Azrael. It's going to land over here. So why did he use the missile? I guess I'm not sure. Maybe he saw that if not, the recon could move here and then you capture. I think you'd still interrupt it, but it might be a bit too much effort. And there goes the tank and infantry. Perhaps a sort of a guarantee that it can be slowed down as all the infantry are now injured. So it gives you another turn and Even the recon is injured. Gonna get a shot there. So perhaps looking to, yeah, just guarantee having his base and denying this one. But Sarmentine still has his missile silo. So big deal there. Infantry is done with that, so it's going to be moving towards the airport. Airport is going to be important. You really want to get those copters out. It's going to help you with that unit count. There's just so many things to think about in this map. They're going to come in and really lock down this. There's going to be a single infantry for Sarmentine to try to get this base. And you have 2 infantry and a tank. On the other hand, you have a tank, 2 recons, perhaps this tank also that kind of front switched. So can this single infantry, with the support of all these vehicles, get this base? That's going to be the question. On this side, going to pick that off. That's going to be a dead recon there, but Azrael is probably happy with the job that the recon has done. I'm going to make a nut. Wow, the double base skip tank. Man, why have an extra base if you're going to have to double base skip? What's the point of trying to get more unit count from the extra base? All those sacrifices. Finishing your turn behind an income just to have to double base skip. Damn. That's crazy. Can Sarmentine pull this off with this single infantry? Okay, he gets both attacks. This infantry is still gonna get injured, and you know it. But now we have 2 tanks over here. We have 2 tanks, but you also have the recons. The tanks are gonna have to shoot at the recon first, and then you're gonna get retaliated by this other tank. Complicated. Sarmentine not even going for that silo. That silo is still there, but he's gonna prioritize the airport, confident that he can get this base. Even after getting interrupted here by this infantry, we'll see. Oh, recon didn't die there. Mech gonna get shot at. Oh yeah, maybe that mech. Maybe this could have been another mech, honestly. And then you deter this tank from attacking. Okay. Yeah, a bit of a dubious positioning here, perhaps by Sarmentine. But we're gonna get the 7-6. It is still covered by this guy though. But there goes that sacrifice, and we see the side slip. For the extra firepower? Doesn't get the kill. Is it truly for the extra firepower? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It must be for the extra firepower. Okay, gets the attack there. So that's at 6. So you would have to leave this guy at 3 next turn. So you need to hit it with a tank. There's no joint cap. Again, there's no extra infantry for Sarmentine. He needs to get this base cap with this guy, or he's probably never getting that base. These recons cannot hit at that guy, but honestly, you can just probably hit with this tank. He's gonna use the side slip. Okay, hits there. Okay. Oh, I guess that works actually. And then you use these guys to block. Dang, okay. That was a bit of a puzzle, actually. Oh, and blocks it in. Blocks in the tank instead of like covering the tails. He actually blocks it, but this is even better because I was thinking putting the 1 HP recon here, but then maybe you could get the 2 HP to finish it off and then the 5 HP attack this guy and maybe leaves it at 3. But this is way better. Now there's no way to take out this 1 HP recon. And yeah, that base is gonna go through. There is no missile silo left for Azrael to use to delay that base. So, and another base skip by Azrael, like having the extra base, but it's been 3 base skips, and he's had it probably for 3 turns. So it really has not paid off. And he is going to end his turn even on income. So wow, what a crazy game. Very different approaches here, and having to back off over here. Okay, gonna finish that off. Gonna finish almost the recon. And what did this guy just sat there? I think just gonna be a pest. I feel like you could have put it on the city so this guy doesn't attack from the city, right? Yeah, he just waited. I feel like you can probably put it over here. And then this guy is forced to attack from the plains or the shoal. Wow. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Also, Azrael not having this capture or this capture yet, just like so far behind on that income. It really shows. Serpentine at 13 against 11k income, and now having that infantry in range of that missile silo. Like, don't forget he has that missile silo. That missile silo is so important. Hell, you could even take out the base again with that missile silo. And now come the copters. That is going to help so much with the unit count. He could have made what? 11. He had 13k. I guess, yeah, it was like a tank. Maybe a tank already could have been. But copter's going to help with that unit count. And also there's no anti-airs. So you got one tank here supported by this healing tank. Surprised he didn't go for that attack there on the city. And just go for like a 5-5 almost thing. So this is going to be easy pick off here from Azrael. We do have the city flips though, so that income is gonna, well, flip around. But yeah, now you get the 110 essentially. This infantry is going to look to go for that. Finally, it's day 11 and this still hasn't been capped. I'm gonna get another copter. Gonna get a lot of copters going. They're gonna be very crucial. There's also quite a bit of terrain, right? There's a lot of mountains and forest. So these copters are also very central. Like they're right in the middle, so they can answer to each side. Most importantly, it's gonna be for this weaker side, for this weaker base against the double base. It's gonna be important to pump out some more units. And let's see if somebody uses the missile silo. It could be used over here, perhaps, and then you finish off this tank. But it would be a very weak use of the missile silo. Something that I would expect to see a lot is just holding that missile silo, just forcing the opponent to be like really awkward about positioning, and just always the threat of it is just ever increasingly worse. And eventually, if you have a lot of army, like in an oversight, you can use a missile to break through a position and just get a devastating attack. So just being the player that has it, while the other one doesn't, is so advantageous. Honestly, after all this happened, I kind of prefer to be on Serpentine's shoes right now. Got a mech here covering this infantry from this tank. I think as I was trying to protect the city, I think the city is definitely undefendable, because it just takes too much time to wrap around and defend, and this base is literally right there. Gonna make another tank. So a bit of a trade here of tanks. And now, after the contested bases have been captured, we're getting into more of a normal-ish game. The map is still wacky as hell, but the silo. Capture is essentially stopped, and Azrael is gonna get that, so that's gonna put him a little bit ahead on income now. Well, a little bit, 17 to 13, because he has this flip. Serpentine desperately trying to stop this. He's gonna finish that off, and yeah, just getting some mech chain going. I guess this could have been an infantry. Not really sure why it was an anti-air, honestly. I don't think it was needed that quickly, just to like support this city flip. But perhaps also waiting a little bit could have been better, just to have more than one infantry and more than just an 8 HP infantry to capture this. Clockwise, Azrael is doing incredible. 16 minutes in the timer and just 2 minutes for Serpentine. But the unit value is still looking better for Serpentine. Even unit count is looking a bit better. Got the copters just a you know, more than a side step away from each other, so they're both kind of like zoning out each other. That is until the anti-airs are going to be in play, so then they can start putting them in each other's face with the support of the anti-air. But it doesn't look like that's what's going to happen here, unless he like puts it. No. Yeah, no, he can't. If the anti-air was like maybe here, then yeah, he can bring the copter. Meg is gonna stop that. Yeah, leaves it at 2. Has 4 more points. Got the arty maybe to like lock down this. Gonna get the interrupt. There's slowly a buildup of army. The main contestants right now are gonna be these middle properties. You got these as well. That Azrael is trying to stop. Not sure how sustainable that is. You got a good amount of infantry, and then you got the arty coming as well. Here comes a side step from Sarmentine. Now, what does he see? I know you could use like the anti to take out the mech, but then you have the mech here. It's probably not a good idea. The copter doesn't reach. You can't reach the anti either. So overall, good positioning here from Azrael against a side step. Well, let's see. Oh, he's gonna use the missile silo. Oh, wow. Not super convinced about that, about the missile silo. A bit of a preemptive, like too early of a silo perhaps. Oh man. Also maybe this shot right there. Oh, because no, it's still gonna be in range of that arty. I guess you can bring the arty and point at that arty, but you still have this copter right there. Okay, I mean it's not that bad actually. This arty can still shoot at that arty, and then this is gonna shut down. You can really go for these things of arty locking down the base, but I don't think this is the case right here. You also have this copter that's pointing at that, so it could get a shot there. You have the anti support, so we'll see what Azrael's response is gonna be over here. Gonna go for that cap. Gonna go for this cap as well. Going all out from Sarmentine with just 2 minutes, almost 3 minutes, and he literally ran out of, like, he had 2 seconds left. So obviously not gonna be the best plays, but he saw a window and he took it. We'll see if it pays off. Azrael is gonna use his power. Let's see. And they're gonna come in and interrupt that. Copter. Okay, he's gonna get the breakthrough there so that this tank can attack the arty, I believe. And now he doesn't even have to shoot with arty. He can pull it back. He can probably put it like right here and just defend the anti-air, the copter. Finish that off. Stop that. There's no infantry supporting over here, so pretty much shifting everything from the right towards the middle, and probably also towards the left to just save the one base. The double arty build from Sarmentine is pretty funny. Gonna poke at those guys, and just gonna make some more infantry to deny this flip. He really is gonna try to hold that income. Now that Sarmentine has used that silo, that card is no longer in Sarmentine's hand. So Azrael should be able, if he can stabilize and prevent anything nasty from happening here, it should be looking very good for Azrael, because he has that income lead. That's 17 to 13. He is stopping this cap. He is stopping this flip. So that income difference, that 4K, is very big, and it will matter in a couple of turns, as long as he doesn't take bad engagements, of course. This arty, ooh, that's a greedy arty right there. I was thinking of putting it right here, but he wants to protect the tank. Ooh. I believe there's a way, I think there's a turn here that Sarmentine could take where you move off this guy, you move off the 5 HP arty, and then you take out this tank with copter, like copter and tank. Anti comes in, takes out this copter, and then you can probably hit this arty with this copter, and then, you know, these 3 are dead, and you can bring this arty onto this forest and just lock down this. So we'll see if he does that. He does bring the arty to lock down the base. He does take out the arty. Wow, that was a kill? Dang. Oh, I guess because of the support of this guy, but that does mean that he cannot take out this tank. And also, yeah, also went for this kill, so he's not gonna go for the copter. Oh man. He goes for the copter attack hit there, but this is an exposed arty. Ooh, no, and this tank should have been over here so he can block. I think now Azrael should be, I think he can hit here and then attack this arty. No blocking. Wow. I'm just gonna keep attacking here. All these injured foot soldiers. It's good for Azel. I think eventually you can make a tank or something. The mechs are a problem though, so maybe he needs to make something else. He does have 21k though. So he could make a medium tank if he wanted. But down goes that copter and finishes that off. And it looks like he's not gonna strike that already. But he's stopping that. He makes a medium tank on this base. So yeah, that is going to withstand an arty shot. And it doesn't seem to me like this base is going to go down. You got all these tanks that came from the right side. And I got 5 tanks, a medium tank, and an anti-air. Only a 6 HP copter. Even base skipping over here for Sarmentine. I don't see this going through this flip. You also have the com tower threat as well. Only a 6 HP infantry can temporarily interrupt it. Perhaps this 9 HP now with a side slip. That's what he's going to do. And now with the 6, leaves it at 2. Okay. He's going to take out a tank over there. This city has not been flipped yet. He's going to bring that second arty and gets all these first strikes, but they're all in range of the medium tank. And I think this medium tank should be able to bust this through. He's going to make his own medium tank as well. Oh, man. I mean, even if this medium tank doesn't finish it off, you can use this guy or this guy, and then you attack this arty, and then you can make your own arty, and then you like, does this arty shoot at the medium tank or does it shoot at the arty? Like, going for the lab here with a 6 HP infantry, you know that's not going to go through. You can wait all the time you want. He's going to sacrifice that. Okay. In comes a medium tank. Boom. Uses the side slip. And yeah, bonk. He's at 4. Okay, stops that. Even gets a hit there. So now you're going to make a copter. Another base skip. A double base skip by Sarmentine just to get that medium tank. As a response, like to defend the arties from the medium tank. Not even from this tile, because I don't think he has charge for a side slip. Perhaps he was expecting Azrael to... Honestly, no, I think the medium tank is just a bad build. Because... like, maybe it was so that this medium tank could respond if the medium tank attacks from this forest. But it couldn't reach there. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like... I guess maybe if he used a Sidewinder, he like took out the tank with double tank and then medium tank on the forest. I don't know. Still very, very dubious. Everything is just so good for Azel. Ever since that missile usage and that power, and even the following turn, not getting the copter and the arty kill, I think it is just a downhill battle here for Sarmentine. Got the medium tank on the city, nice defensive tile, got this locking down the forest. That unit count is starting to go down. He's still ahead on army value, but I don't know, it's not looking good. Unit count, better for Azrael. Got another side slip here. Okay. Am I gonna get taken out? Maybe he can get the side slip to attack that recon again. But there's a bit too many infantry over here. This city is heavily on the threat. It's at 4 HP, so you're gonna need 2 units to stop that. And also you have to stop this com tower, so you have to pick your poison here. Do you lose your com tower or do you give up another K income? Sarmentine did, however, get to flip this, so now we're at 16 to 14K. Army value is pretty similar. So maybe there's a chance. Getting a hit there, now both arties are injured, so double medium tank, like medium tank chain and copter, like this is just not gonna go through. The army is just stronger here for Azrael than it is for Sarmentine. There's literally 1 infantry. We got another side slip here by Sarmentine, but I would expect a GG right here on this turn. Like, oh, even goes for that. Do you stop the com tower? You can't even stop it now. Dang, gets the shot there. I mean, that is still not bad. This medium tank would have to shoot from here, but you can use the copter and then hit it with a medium tank. And there goes the missile and the resign. What a bloodbath, man. Crazy. Man. This map is crazy. This map is absolutely bonkers. It was very interesting because, I mean, the match could have gone so many different ways, right? even in the opening with the recon. Let me take out the music so I don't destroy you guys' ears. Oh, this thing is so bugged. Man, I can't wait to have the music player be on the site, so it stops bugging out like this to me. The first infantry from Sarmentine, not ideal. I think it could have gone here for sure. Even with the recon opening, if Sarmentine makes the recon on this side, let me show you. Like this guy was capping, right? It would have finished. Then he started capping here. I think, right? 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Yeah. Okay. So this guy goes to cap here. I think you have to bring this guy as well, and then you make a recon to respond to this guy. Here you can just like cap whatever. Now Azrael, he could go for this, right? Say, I don't know, you bring that, you do this. I don't know, where do you want to put it? Here, doesn't really matter. Make another infantry. It'd be funny to make a base skip, another base skip recon. It would be pretty funny. Because this other infantry went back, you don't have to like send this guy. You can go for the capture, or probably even like that capture over there. And then Sarmentine here is forced to attack this guy. So you attack from the shoal because, I don't know, you're just feeling like it. I think it's probably a better idea to attack from the forest. Let's do that. And recon comes over here. This is at 7. Infantry. And then Azrael goes for the kill here. And you see, like, there's no way here. Like, you can join cap, right? Or cap and join. And you still have recon and infantry hit from both tiles. Unless there's a way that this recon can, like... I mean, there's no way to block the forest tile. So if this guy that died just hits from the forest, then the recon has to shoot from here. Unless, like, I don't know, you do this, but still, that's still a bad move. You go something like that. Bring this guy. Even then, like, recon can attack this guy, leaves it at what, 5 probably? You just come and attack this guy before they get out. And then it's like, whatever, if you want to shoot at my recon, let's do some recon on recon violence, but you're just not going to get that base. And this base has been capturing stuff while this base hasn't, so it's just losing trade here for this base. Anyways, it's crazy because still Azrael got that base, right? He gets the base. He uses the silo to stop the other base. But then let's see. This turn he could build something. He does not. This turn he could have built, the first thing he could have built on that base, he does not. He double base skips. So he's essentially 1 unit behind normally from Summertime, but in this case it would be 2 because he had double base. That's crazy. That's 2 units he base skipped. And then another third unit he base skips. So he could have essentially just gotten the base 3 turns later and it would have been the same thing. It's like, was it worth it to do that whole recon opening? It's pretty funny. Because he was forced to make these tanks, these base skip tanks to try to stop this, and it wouldn't even go through. I mean, he still had to, because if he doesn't, then it goes through and then he's still behind, right? But I think it really went down on that turn. Where was it? Over here, where Sarmentine, I'm not sure what kind of turn he could have done here. Maybe still more positional, keep interrupting over here, or something of that sort. Yeah, I don't think the silo should have been used. I don't see why the silo was used, actually. Like, it was to injure these. I guess it was to injure this and the arty, so the arty can plop there, but very dubious. I think if the same was done without the silo, it'd be even better. Then, like, this guy's still at 10. And then after this turn from Azrael, I think this was a bit of a mistake also by Azrael. Because the turn here that Sarmatan could have done, imagine he had the missile silo. Oof. Oof. Imagine. But imagine even without the silo, you could have gone something like this, and then you, I don't know, you attack this guy, whatever. Let me see if what I had on my mind would have been actually good. You go for that, you take out this, and then you hit this guy. You can probably take it out with this too. Boom. Bye-bye. And now, can you really take out that anti-air? Like, this is actually pretty decent. And this can go over here if you want, or over here. You have another already coming as well. And then, like, I don't know, you just cap here. And then you can... 2.5 already is pretty good already. So you just make maybe a tank to deal with this guy. That's pretty nice. This can be a bit of a problem, but I think the bigger problem is just all leaning on the space. So Azrael is forced to send everything. So then what do you do here? Like, anti-air takes out this copter. And then, like, you take out this guy. Do you take out the anti? Like, you don't have any more copters. Like, do you really do that? I feel like you would probably just make a medium tank at this point. And I don't know, pretty big pressure. This could have been pretty cool. And imagine if you had the silo, if it wasn't used. Like, damn. But oh well, that was game 3. That was crazy. And congrats to Azrael for moving to round 2. I think Astaroth has to face Deegis, actually, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, Deegis and Azrael. Dang. That's gonna be cool. Okay, next match. Oh. Oh man, so you want to do the recording? Oof, okay. I'll see if I can make it. Is it in 2 hours from now? I'm on the clock, guys. Let's cast a few more games though. Where's the music? Okay, another set. Oh, I think Hunch and Herbie were playing, right? Ooh, do you guys want to catch this live? Okay. Where's the music? Okay. I think this is actually game 3 of Herbie and Hunch. Dang. Right? Is the decider match? Where in the bracket are they? Oh, yeah. Dang, this is game 3. And we're a bit behind, so we're going to try to catch up. Let me put on the thingy. Make it exciting. Okay, we have a live game, guys. We're a couple of turns behind, so we'll catch up eventually. But yeah, we have Herbie against Hunch. These are both like middle seeds. I think Hunch would be the favorite in this matchup, but they did go 1-1. I don't remember the other games. I have to look at their sets, but yeah, this game is the decider. Whoever wins this match between these two moves on to the next round, and the other one will get eliminated. We have the Herbivorous with the Orange Star, Army, and Andy here at the top. And then we have Hunch in the bottom with the White Noah. Let's switch them around like that. With Rachel. So Andy versus Rachel. I think this is the first time that I've seen this matchup on this map. Could be wrong. But this is an interesting matchup because Andy has the tools to heal from Rachel's missiles, right? So it's not going to be like, ooh, I have the missiles, boom, just slap them. No, there's a bit more of positioning and thinking when to use your powers. Also, Andy can't just like, oh, I'm just going to pop my super and use it. It's like, ooh, do I hold it? Do I use it? There's a lot of decisions to be made on when to use those powers. Also, Rachel could just wait until Andy made a huge bait of the missiles back with the infantry or whatever, and hit him with the lucky laugh instead, you know? So stuff like that can happen. Herbie's gonna block over here with a lander. So Hunch is forced to go for this capture. Hunch does not move his lander from the lab. I was talking with Walker. He says this map deserves an S, or has potential of an S rank. I'm just gonna throw it out there. I've heard people say that there might be some TA with the middle, but I haven't seen any like actual evidence. Something to do with the landers or something, not sure. But okay, interesting that Hunch goes for the normal tank opening, and Herbie is gonna open with a base skip copter. Normally I would say, okay, that can be pretty strong because then Hunch is not gonna have the funds to make an anti-air. But on this map, this copter is so far back, it's gonna take 2 turns, and by then you're gonna make an anti-air. So I don't think I agree that it's a good idea to open copter. Yes, Andy has great copters, but dang, doing a base skip copter for a copter that's so far back. Now the tank can just front shift towards over here, and now Herbie has to either, well, double base skip for a tank would be just ridiculous. Please don't do it. Please don't do it. Please don't do it. He's thinking about it. Okay, he's not gonna base skip for the tank. Cause yeah, this tank can just front shift over here towards the middle. It is threatening this city over here, so Herbie is not gonna be able to go for that. He'll be able to. He can't sit on it. I guess we'll see. But now Hunch is gonna obviously make an anti-air over here on the south. There goes that anti-air. And he's just gonna go full boom over here, sending 2 infantries back here for this cap chain. Only now going for the comm tower. I think that's good. And yeah, tank just going as far as ahead as it wants to. I guess you could have gone for the capture here and then bring the copter, and the anti-air would not reach, I think. Let's see, 2, 4, 6. Oh yeah, it would, right? Because tank would be hitting from here, and then copter has to retaliate from the city, for example, and then anti does 2, 4, 6. So again, I don't think that a copter base skip opener is any good. I don't know if it was a prepped opening by Herbie, or maybe he was like, oh, maybe. And usually that can be the case. Again, base skip copter, if there's no answer can be good. But in this case, the airport is so far back, you have the time to answer it. So no damage done by the tank yet, no damage done by the copter yet. We'll see if that base skip is going to affect Herbie or not. He essentially has one less infantry over here in this area. He went with tank already, which was all the maximum funds. I think that's good. Again, no tank from this base. The already can be made early. Put the pressure. But one less infantry. We'll see if that matters. Gets the poke here. Yeah, that was probably not a good decision by Herbie to go for that cap. Because it is defended by the copter, but the anti reaches. So I'm not sure what he was thinking there. Okay. Doesn't attack the lander? Dang. How could you pass on that opportunity? But yeah, you definitely do not want to stack the copter here for a tank hit just to have your copter die. Like, you've invested so much on that copter, it can't just go to waste like that. Copter has made its way all the way through to the right now. It's pointing at this base now. And it's what I've been saying all day, guys. Copter against base pressure is very strong. Hunch, though, made his own copter. Hunch is playing really well. Honestly, adapting really well on this match. Predicting what he needs, playing calmly, and getting the hits that he can. Herbie is definitely the one that's playing a little bit more crazy, and maybe he has to because Hunch is the favorite here. Here comes the tank. The copter is going to be protecting this area. Not that the copter can reach, but... Ooh, gonna get up. Can he block the anti-air? Oh, and then... Oh, nice. Nice attack there by Hunch. So got away with 2 infantry kills, and this guy got poked as well. So Herbie just losing... Not only did he base skip, but now he's also losing infantry for free. I guess you could get a tank hit on this tank. But definitely not ideal here. He's also he has this capture while Herbie does not have this one. And Hunch also has double like these two, while Herbie does not have those. I think we're about to catch up with the game. But yeah, there goes that hit, and also gets a poke there, trying to even out the trades there. Got the anti-air now to protect from this copter. Nice usage of the copter to block the RD as it went max move there. Max as well, gonna be good. And I don't know if I should change the colors because these are very similar. Like red and pink. Is he gonna trap this tank? He is? Oh, wait, he can still clear this guy. So it's not really a trap. But that is a lot of units here for Hunch and very little for Herbie. This tank is trapped though. Oh yeah, there's no way to free it, huh? There you go. So now these two guys have to be used to take out this guy so this tank can come out. But this tank is trapped. And you have the copter pointing at it and this tank as well. Prepping this RD to bust the pipe seam as well. We'll see if Herbie attacks the pipe seam. I think I'm going to change the colors. I'm sorry, but so similar. What color should I do? This is the penguins. Yeah, there it goes. Ooh, yeah. Oversight there by Hunch, allowing that hit on that anti-air. And goes for the kill. Wow, doesn't get the kill? Dang. And there goes the anti-air to protect from the covering copter. This guy doesn't reach, so that's all he needed. But can Hunch cover though? Can he go for the copter hit and then cover this city tile? I don't think so, because he can't clear the tank. Maybe? Rachel, extra repair coming in clutch with the tank and this tank? I'll have to see. Tank used to take out one infantry instead of injuring another one. So trying to prioritize getting rid of unit count instead of more injuries. Not protecting the RD. Now that is a decision. That is a decision right there. Forget about this. Just slam into that RD. But I guess you don't have the funds to make a medium tank. But that could be. You would be losing that tank to mech and tank. Let's see what Hunch does. Okay, there's gonna be one more shot and a tank hit. And he's gonna go for that, but he did not go for the cop to hit there. So he just goes for the tank kill and maybe the capture. I guess he doesn't have to because there isn't a tank. So it's just the copter would be hitting back, and then you have the anti-air healing up. You got the copter protecting as well. Well, I guess you still go for it. I'm gonna start this capture as well. Man, it's looking so good for Hunch, but he did not go for the arty hit. Will this be a problem? I mean, sure, it's Andy and he'll heal up, but you're Rachel, like not really, right? Like if he heals up, then maybe you drop the missiles. Like it's complicated. It's complicated. It's not as straightforward. Gonna okay, gets a kill there, and Artie shifts around towards the middle. Okay, gets the kill there. I think this is a solid wall, and just put the infantry here, and I think we're caught up to real time. Okay, whoa. Let me refresh. Okay, so we're caught up to real time. So now this is gonna be a pretty slow cast. But ooh, wow! I didn't realize the timer. Hunch has 1 minute and 40, and Herbie has 8 minutes. Dang. Andy privileged to have exposed already. Yeah, again, I don't think so. I don't think Andy wants to be using that super just to heal up an Artie. Because then you just drop the missiles on Andy and it's like bye-bye units. Go and heal up that. Gonna get a shot there. It's gonna be a dead mech. So it has to make a tank here probably. But very few units over here on the one base, and you have a lot of penguins coming. You got the copter as well, and these guys, the only two that can support against the copter, are not there. So I think Herbie is gonna have to make an anti here. We do have this tank though. Oh, makes a medium tank. Okay, I think that works too. It's what we had seen on the other match. Like first the medium tank, because the Arties, there's an Artie, but it's not there yet. First the medium tank, and then the anti-air. Just because you have this tank and then another tank coming, and you know how durable Andy medium tanks can be, so it's gonna be hard to take them out. But Copter should be able to kind of attack here and block off the medium tank somehow, perhaps. It's gonna be all about those tactics. And hey, again, lucky last again. That can be a case for Rachel to take out the medium tank. And you probably also hit the tank as well. This tank doesn't reach, but that would be a good usage there. Yeah, the one base here for Andy is definitely not looking good. Too many units for blue over here. So many penguins. Like this guy's gonna die. This guy's gonna get injured. And Herbie is going to need to make an anti-air next turn. Hunch can send this anti-air over here, and does it kill that copter? No, these are 4. So yeah, I don't think you want to attack into this though. This composition is gonna be tricky. Maybe Hunch can just like shift towards the one base, honestly. Those supers are coming online fast as well. It's gonna be tricky. I don't know, who do you guys would rather be? And we can do a little poll here as well. Who do we think is gonna win? Okay. Where's the game? Okay. So yeah, infantry gone. Oh, okay. Yeah, he could actually put the copter. Yeah, I didn't see that. And then medium tank has to go back. There's no way of taking this penguin out. So medium tank has to move back and then make an anti-air. But then you have 2 tanks staring at your base. And you have the missiles coming. Honestly, it would be totally worth it for Rachel to use the missiles if it achieves like a good attack. You know, the classic, like it's the tool that Drake has against Andy, pretty much. You know, using the power to destroy Andy's units and get something big, like for example flipping the base, even if Andy's gonna heal up the rest of the stuff. So it's more so a tool to finish off his units than just dealing a bunch of damage. But wow, yeah, does not go for that. I don't know why. Why not go for here for the road? Taking out unit. Maybe he's just trying to take out units. You know, the classic. I need to take off. Take out Andy's units. But yeah, I think that's a mistake. Because now you're letting the medium tank come out. It is going to sit on a silo too, so it's not going to receive damage from this copter. Let's see what the Herbie makes. He has 17k, so he will have to base skip for another medium tank. This is pretty good because now an anti could be built, and maybe it lives. I don't know. Does it? On a city, leaves it at 5, and then you hit it again with a 5, leaves it at 2. Okay, and then you finish it off with a copter. So okay, it's not bad. He can perhaps surround the medium tank too, right? This is getting destroyed next turn, maybe even with a 5 HP tank, and then you can lock this medium tank in, take out the tank. Both arties barreling down at the medium tank. Yeah, I think that base is totally lost. Herbie, I don't know what you're gonna build. I don't know how you're gonna come back from this. The helicopter's at 1 HP. Has 2 bullets left. Oh man. I don't know. That Andy Super is gonna have to do some magic. And yeah, you're right, Ken. Lucky Less can also be a big deal here. They could even finish off that medium tank. But also the rest of the army. Unit count's not looking good for Herbie either. All the pickoffs, the lack of unit count is going to be hard to bait the incoming missiles. He uses the super. Wow, to the extra movement to reach that copter. Wow. So now he doesn't need to make an enter. Now he can make a tank or a medium tank. Dang. Let me see if... What does this do? Is the poll still going? Yeah, okay, cool. Dang. So yeah, just a tank now will do it, but you still have this. Sure, the super achieved that, but the missiles, man, the missiles are gonna hurt, and he's not gonna be able to heal from that. And where will it land? You have 4 foot soldiers over here. I guess 5 over here because this one is double. So 1 would land over here, and then HP maybe here, and then value over here. Oh, also if it lands here, I think you can still take out the base. Like, dang, let's see where it will land. So right now, yeah, you got the foot soldier over here, and then you have HP and value over here, because you have all these guys over here. So what if you move a bunch of penguins? You move this? Okay, something like that. Yeah. Something like this. You would want something like this. So then that happens, and then you can take out the tank and move on to the base. But can you? You know he's in the move plan. He has what? Hunch, you have 1 minute. You have 1 minute. Just press the freaking button and go. Man, 54 seconds. 53. What? You think it's live league? This is not live league. This is the game 3 of their set for APC2 Qualifiers round 1. Whoever wins this moves on. And is this bugged maybe? Oh no, Hunch, did your internet die? Did you not realize that you're out of timer and you're move planning the silos? No, Hunch, you have 20 seconds. No. Oh man, desperate time. Just click, just like sending everything. Oh no, I got 10 seconds left. I have 20. You have to like move 2 units every second. Oh man, doing whatever he can, and he did just press it. I'm sure he was trying to look for a way to get the base, but it wasn't happening, and the game ended his turn. And let me refresh here. Oh man, not the timer. He still got the lock here, but now it's easy for Herbie to break this through, and medium tank is not going to be shot at by this RD. You could easily take out this guy on the comm tower, wrap around, take out another one. Oh man, no. It was looking so good for Hunch, but now that opportunity slipped out of his hands because of the timer, the time management. At a certain point, you just gotta throw the missiles. Oh man, that is so unfortunate. But over here, Herbie literally just sat on the base. You know, nothing was built, so he's sitting there, he's injuring all these guys. There's not gonna be a way now for Hunch to take this out, but nothing very healthy from Herbie to cap. I guess he can join here, so then he has a full HP to get this, but no copter build, no nothing. I think this tank is gonna have to shift around here, and then you 2, 4, 6. Not even then it reaches to interrupt. It would have to be on the city. Oof. Don't tell me that the timer... Wait, what? Why are we not... What? Herbie, what are we doing? Maybe he wants to soak the shots. Maybe he wants to... he's willing to give this tank up. Have the 2 already shoot at it, because if he shoots at 1 and then at the medium tank, he can heal them up. But you don't want to be playing against the missiles. You got lucky this time because Hunch ran out of time. But oof. Gonna be healing up this already back again. This copter's still alive. This was the very first vehicle that Herbie built. And yeah, this is a lost space. It was looking so good for Hunch until he ran out of time there. Too much planning. These async players, man. Too much planning. You just gotta go for it. Everything can just spiral out of control. Even when it's looking so good, it can just all go down the drain by missing your turn. That's, I mean, that's lightning strike, you know? Oh, he did get his connection lost? No way. Oof. Oh, it probably was the classic thing of live where it doesn't like update the turn. Dang. Yeah, so you gotta be refreshing like constantly. Oof. Dang, that sucks big time. We'll see if he can bring it back. He has all these funds because he didn't build anything. He's gonna make a Neo tank over here. Honestly, perhaps a copter could also be good build because you got this DHP copter, no anti-air. Although I don't know why this tank is going up here. So there goes our copter. And also, Herbie didn't join any of these infantry, so he's going to be delayed on capturing that base too. This medium tank should be able to get out of this trap very easily. Just finish this off, move off. And the unit count is not going to be looking that good for Hunch. His time is also not looking good either. Damn. So Herbie getting a second win because of Hunch's page not like loading correctly, which it definitely happens. And it sucks. So, okay. Capture is gonna start. Yes, Copter reaches in time to stop it, but will it be enough? Because you can block, you can join. I think this base is lost. 2, 4, 6, 7. Not even a bomber can save it. I think this tank should not have gone over here. I think it should have gone down this way, or at least over here, and then like then to attack some stuff. But at the very least over here. So then I think it would have reached over here and then the 2, 4, 6, right? It wasn't enough to reach here, but it could have reached this tile. So I can clear anything on this tile. Perhaps not a copter, perhaps not a 3 HP copter. But then maybe the copter can clear it and then the tank, I don't know. Damn. Copter is definitely going to be a blocker over here. Will both bases flip? Will we see a base trade scenario? Even after all this, it's still ahead on income for Hunch, ahead on army also for Hunch. And I'm not sure if Herbie would want to use the hyper repair next, because there's going to be a lot of units injured, and then that super, I mean, yeah, you can heal him up, but then the super is going to hurt. I'll have to see. There goes the anti to protect from the incoming copter. Do you go and slap this arty perhaps? This Neo tank is so close. It can shoot at pretty much anything. I think you have to go and you have to back away from. I think you have to put the medium tank over here, which is really sad. Because in any of these tiles, it's gonna get attacked by this Neo tank. And you're definitely gonna take that attack. Like maybe it sits on the silo, on the com tower, I mean. But still, like you leave it at 5, it's a 5-9, and then you bring the arty. You're not gonna get the super with that. It's still, that's like 50 in charge. So I think he's thinking about that, where to put the medium tank. He would really want to put it over here. Oh, he's actually doing that. And oh, okay, that's pretty smart actually. Because it could have reached, but this tank is blocking actually, so he can't take out the tank. He can still come in here and take out one of the tanks. Boom. Probably attack the arty with a tank. He can still block. He's running low on those infantry numbers, but he's gonna get this flip, so that's still gonna be 22 to 15k. Not the 3 HP guy. That's funny. Put the arty here in the silo perhaps. So he doesn't have a lot of healthy infantry. He's gonna have to send some of these guys over, but he has a lot of firepower. He has a lot of vehicle power. Okay. A bit of a bait here. Like, do you go? I guess you could use the arty to attack this. Medium tank destroys this. Tank attacks this arty. That could be. But if you do that, it might be a trap, because then you lose the arty and you lose the base. Damn. These puzzle moments are crazy. What do you do here as red? On the other hand, over here on the right, I think if Herbie really wants to, he's just gonna get that base. He needs to make sure that he does the right thing though. Probably base, join with this, and then block easily this tile with a copter. Maybe put the infantry over here. Let's see, 13 minus 7 would be 6. So you would have to leave that gap 5. So the one copter hit would stop or interrupt that cap. Oh, you could make a bomber too. 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 7. Let's go. The bomber, that's how he's gonna save the base. The bomber is gonna take out any unit that tries to block here. Damn, Hunch is gonna save that base. Wow. Yeah, because you only have one copter really. This copter can attack from any of these 2 tiles. There's nothing that will withstand the firepower of this bomber. Is there like, do you put the copter here and block the bomber? I don't know. I'm not seeing it. Okay, there goes the join cap. You would have to do like more than one layer, but you don't have the tiles to do that. Right? Right? Do you? Oh, I think you have to sack the copter. I think that might be it. I think we have to sack. Damn. Okay, so that should be very easy here for Hunch. I think the play was to sacrifice the copter right there onto this guy, because if you do so, leaves it at 8, and this guy at 8 will deal enough damage. No, it won't. No, it won't. Maybe he would have to rely on a lucky last to stop it. But dang, sometimes the counterintuitive plays are the play. This should be fairly easy to take out the infantry with a bomber, copter attacks from this tile, and then it forces the... Oh, okay, the power to ensure the cap? The extra defense? The defense? But I feel like Lucky Last is going to be incoming then. Yeah, bomber takes this out, right? Guaranteed, even without Lucky Last. And then this guy has... You rely on a roll. No, actually, no. It's guaranteed. It just has to deal 5, right? Even without Lucky Last, it's very low chance that you leave it out at 6. Damn. Okay. So... attacking from here, then this anti, if he wants to retire, has to attack from the base. And it will be attacking the copter, and the bomber can attack back. So let's see if he uses the Lucky Last or not. This is going to be a dead base now, right? You could do like Neo Tank on already, sit with a tank. You can do whatever. You would have liked to do like double tank, perhaps. Perhaps a Lucky Last tank on the RD. Something with that sword. I think a Lucky Last here would be very strong, guys. Like, you can try to take out this tank, take out the knee. Okay, doesn't go. Maybe trying to get some charge. Honestly, not a bad idea. Like, leave this already there. Is he going for a charge? Oh my god. Come on, Hunch, you have 1 minute. Okay, attacks the arty. No Lucky Last, it seems like. I think he kind of has to, just to guarantee this interrupt. He goes for the attack. Ooh, the 7-6. You also have this army from Herbie in the middle. Arty, triple tank, 2 infantry, which can be a bit of a problem for Hunch. If you look at that income, like, Herbie has still a long way to go to flip that income around. And there go the bomber. The roll. Oh, okay. Didn't get the low roll. Was able to get the 5 there. Man, that is a gambler right there. Hunch gambling there on the roll to ensure that doesn't go through. Another copter. Dang, yeah, and this is gonna be a lost base because there's no charge for Andy. You got the super. He didn't even rely on the lucky last, which is wild. How is this guy on the driver's seat after booting half a turn? Crazy, crazy. You would have to move this guy back and then attack with the anti-air, and then I don't know, block with the copter or something so the bomber doesn't attack your anti-air with a lucky last. This guy will probably, even on a city, like wreck it, right? Yeah, does not look pretty at all. There is a follow-up anti-air though, so also the bomber doesn't have to attack the anti-air. You can just leave it be. Bomber can just flip around towards the middle. Army-wise, it's crazy. Like 75 against 96. You got a bomber and a neo tank on the map for blue, and nothing of that sort for red. There goes that. So yeah, Hunch has successfully stopped the base flip, which is wild. The copter and the bomber build were the key to success there. And Herbie, what can you do on the one base side? You have to bring these guys. It's too little, too late. Don't even have the funds for. I mean, I guess you can base skip for a medium tank and hold on for another turn. But even then, you have the missiles coming. The missiles are gonna land. Well, the infantry could be over here because you got this counts as 3. I think he's trying to bait the missiles over here. But you have 2 anti-airs here and a copter, so the value could hit here as well on the HP. And then everything just gets totally wrecked. Ooh, man. Crazy comeback by Hunch, honestly. After that, how do you call it? Boots? AET? I hate the AET. Just the timer, man. Joining there for more cash. I think he's gonna make a medium tank double infantry. That's all he can really do. There's no more joins he can do for more cash. And he's gonna try. I think he's trying to bait the missiles with how little timer he has left. Moves back, makes the medium tank, and just pray to the advanced force by web gods that he doesn't get destroyed this turn. Will this be enough? So yeah, you got 21k here in the tanks, which is more than the medium tank, and then the RDs even out. So this should bait the value missile right here. Unless this is 18 plus copter plus maybe this is the value. Oh, okay, there goes the missiles, the 2 anti-airs. Oh, honestly, you could use the bomber here and just finish this off, and then make a neo tank. Just make another neo tank, and that's it. GG. The Penguins are gonna take the win here. Wow. Doesn't get the kill, okay, but okay, saying you don't really like the medium tank. Yeah, there really wasn't much of an option. Like anything else would have just died. It really is a 16k to just delay the base loss for a turn. Yeah, this game is so over. Anter's gone, just makes a neo tank or a medium tank, whatever you want. Even a tank should be fine. Yeah, this is super over. And he can heal these back up with the power if he wants to from the missile, but we're at half the army value, 21 to 16k. We got one base that's definitely lost. He's gonna have 18k, so he can only make another medium tank that will only get hit again by this neo tank. I guess to be fair, you could like hit it with the RD, maybe with a power, sacrifice this guy, make another medium tank, and then you would hold that base for another turn. But how realistic is that? How long can you hold that on? You got these infantry that are healthy that can move through this like corridor on the left to start threatening this cap, perhaps in another turn, this airport. So you have to make a copter. So if you make a copter, you don't have funds to make a medium tank. If you don't make a medium tank, you lose the base. This RD is also getting taken out by just penguins. So it's only gonna last so long. I guess you could get some help from these guys, but there goes that medium tank. I think that's the right choice. Damn, 40k against 100 and almost triple the army, guys. That's crazy. It does not. Oh wow, GG. The missile GG by, wow, well done by Hunch. That was crazy. Even after running out of time, I thought it was because he was planning the missiles, but it was actually because he had the bug where the game wasn't showing that it was his turn. So getting like a half turn there in, not being able to build or almost losing the base here that it was never meant to be lost by him. But somehow clawing back the game, the bomber coming in clutch to destroy any blockers. At the same time, Herbie could have sacrificed the copter into the copter to stop the base interrupt. So many things could have gone differently, could have gone, like the outcome could have changed. I still think that even if Herbie gets the base with the copter sack and all that stuff, Hunch would still get this. Like, this was so dire. And he had so much more income and more army. Right, he still had the bomber. So it wasn't an easy situation for Herbie, even if he got the base there. So, wow, yeah, just crazy game. Props to Hunch there for the comeback. Gotta make sure to always be refreshing in those live games. Man, wild. That was crazy. Obviously, everyone now putting their vote in for the result. I wonder what it looked like when Hunch had run out of time. I'm sure a lot of you started picking Herbie. Damn. That was crazy. Great game. That means that Hunch moves to round 2. Herbie is, no. There you go. 2-1. Wow. Congrats there. I actually, let me check. Let's see. So it was this turn. Right, so you got that 8 HP, or maybe even more, right? With because I think he gets some charge here. There, and he uses the power. So imagine this copter at 5 attacks this copter with a power. And it leaves it at 6. Let's say worst case scenario, it leaves it at 7. Now you swap around, and how much does that do to this? 3. With a lucky last, you need a max roll. Oh, yeah, like 50 to 54 to leave it at 5 and essentially stop that cap. Yeah, I think that copter was the play, but again, I'm not sure it would still be that good for Herbie. Maybe this army could come in time to save this over here. Not sure. But say like this wouldn't happen. Like this would go through. And then Herbie like finishes that cap that very turn. You have the anti-airs, you have the 2 copters and more copters. I guess that's fine for Herbie. He can just make more anti-airs. But you do have the, like, imagine this was red right now. And the copter's alive, right? Like the center didn't shoot, so he can finish that cap. The missiles land. He could take out the infantry in the base, and then bomber can maybe shoot at the anti on the silo, something of that sort. But he probably wouldn't. Just make another anti-air. Even over here, it still looks very, very dire for Herbie. Like, I don't know how you save that base, honestly. So this would be... Now only Herbie could be making something, like he would make a tank or something on this turn. So, wow. That was crazy. That was insane. How did Hunch come back from that? That is insane. He timed out... right here. Damn. So he has this turn, right, where he could have, okay, uses the missiles kind of on a whim right there, gets the int up there, and just starts clicking however much he can click. And then the turn ends. And he could have still, let me go back. So he could have built a medium tank here. Just as a simple tank would have done it. Just a tank here, another tank here. So yeah, it was very, very strong for Hunch. It definitely gave a second win to Herbie, but still Hunch was able to bring it back. Wow. I think definitely a showing where even after running out of time, you can still keep on playing. I guess if you're, if you were doing really well, it's not like you just lost the match because you booted. Well, not booted, whatever it is called. You timed out because you might still have a chance. And Hunch did a very good job there. Wow. Crazy. Oof. Okay. I'm going to take a quick break again, and I'll see if we're going to cover some more. Because I think Mansa wanted to record a podcast episode. Let's see. But yeah, I'll be back in a second. I'll leave you with the music. Okay. I think that's going to be it for today. I might do another stream tomorrow just because, yeah, we got to record that podcast episode. It's going to be a big one. Actually, for those of you still here, I don't think anyone's going to guess who we're going to do the podcast episode with. Our guest is going to be none other than Jitaquin. Yeah, the crazy Jitaquin. So if any of you have any questions that you want to make Jitaquin, you should do them right now, and we can take notes and most likely throw them at him. So yeah, if you have any, go ahead and throw them, or send me a DM or Mansa, or ping me or Mansa. What's the guest FAA? What's guest FAA? Approved. Oh, wait, isn't FAA something like flight something? Why is Jitaquin? That is a good question. I think we all have a lot of questions of why, how, what. is Jitaquin? When even? He claims to be 1,000 years old. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, I also have to think about what to ask Jitaquin. So this is gonna be a wacky interview for sure. So yeah, go ahead and throw them in there. I'm gonna take a break before that, so I can recover from these games. But there's so many, man. There's so many games. Buggy just throwing some questions. What does it mean? True. What does it mean? Okay. Yeah, I think I'm a little bit tired, so I'm gonna take a break before that, so I can probably eat and think about what to ask this guy. When will Jitaquin release another banger? That is a good question. Indeed. Jitaquin videos are prime content. Anyways, thanks everyone for being here. Hopefully I will do another stream tomorrow so we can cover some more round 1 games, because I don't know if I mentioned it before, but tomorrow is the last day for games of round 1 to be played. So there's been a lot of games that have been lagging behind, but today there's been a lot played, and there's still some missing, so I'm expecting those tomorrow to be played. So yeah, fun times. Hopefully no one like misses a match that they have to play, because then the staff has to come in and determine who moves forward to the next round. But yeah, tomorrow's gonna be the last day, so pay attention out there on the Discord, perhaps for people sharing their links so you can watch them live and stuff. That'll be all for today, guys. Have a good one, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Okay, bye bye.